So there I was, Su Yen, a normal human girl from Earth, and suddenly I woke up as a tiny snow-white mouse in some wild beast world continent.
Cool.
Totally cool. Not freaking out at all. I popped my little mouse head out of a burrow, checked for danger, then scurried out and started running. As I ran, my paws turned into hands, my legs became human legs, and boom, I was a naked white-haired girl standing in the middle of a giant forest. Great start. I hid behind a tree and pulled up this magical floating screen only I can see. Basically, my life stats. And folks, they were not impressive. I'm an albino mouse person. No talents, no level. And my family? Dad's alive, mom's dead, 8 brothers, also dead. Fantastic family reunion potential. 0. But here's the real kicker. My remaining lifespan? 1 hour.
1 hour.
The only way to pause the death clock? Get pregnant. Yeah, you read that right. The system gave me unlimited free pregnancy pills and told me to go find a beast man and make a baby. Each kid earns me life points. 1 point equals 1 day alive. To get back to Earth and see my adoptive mom again, I need 100 million points. No pressure. So, I popped a pregnancy pill and checked my map. A green appeared, a man. In Beast World, that means a beast man.
Perfect.
Pregnancy target acquired. I sprinted over there and found him face down in a pool of blood, barely alive. His face was burned beyond recognition. I'm not gonna lie, I physically recoiled. But then I checked my timer. 29 minutes left. No time to be picky. I grabbed some grass, covered his horrifying face. What you can't see can't hurt you, right? And got to work. His lower half was actually pretty nice, slim waist, long legs. I focused on that and pretended the rest didn't exist. After a while, his head flopped to the side, and he stopped moving entirely. Did I check if he was dead?
Nope.
I was out of there. Made myself a leaf and vine outfit, very jungle chic, and checked the system. Pregnant? Yes. Timer paused at 3 seconds remaining.
3
seconds. I almost died mid-conception. What a way to go that would have been. Now I needed food, shelter, and someone to help me deliver this baby. So I turned back into a little white mouse and zoomed out of the forest toward my family's rat tribe village. Oh, and that dying beast man I used as a baby-making tool? The second I left, he transformed into a massive black leopard the size of a cow. His wounds started healing at visible speed. And he was staring at a strand of my white hair left in the blood puddle with these terrifying golden eyes. So that's gonna come back to haunt me. Wonderful. I made it to the rat people village and turned human again. Everyone was dressed in primitive clothes, eating raw bloody meat. I immediately threw up, though nothing came out because I hadn't eaten in forever. But my dramatic gagging got everyone's attention. An older man walked up. You're female? Whose are you? I'm from the Maluda family. Aura's daughter, I said, using the info from my system cheat sheet. Some guy chomping on raw meat wandered over. Since when does Aura have a daughter? Never heard of her. And that's where I am now. Pregnant, starving, wearing leaves, surrounded by suspicious rat people, with a vengeful megaleopard probably tracking me down, and exactly 0 plans. Living the dream. So I'm standing there, trying not to die from hunger, and this guy Lin Lang is waving a chunk of raw bloody meat in my face. My stomach did a backflip. Get that away from me, I said. He tossed the meat to some random kid and started staring at my face like I was a painting in a museum. Your dad, Oro, owes me 2 crystal coins. How about you pay off his debt? By becoming mine? Excuse me? He owes you money. Go collect from him. I'm not a coupon. He smacked his lips, which, annoyingly, were kind of attractive, and said, females are supposed to be valuable, but you're so skinny you probably can't even have kids. You should be thankful anyone wants you. Little does he know I literally have an infinite pregnancy cheat code installed in my brain. But sure, buddy, tell me more about my reproductive potential. I walked away. He followed. Apparently my cold, starry eyes were just too captivating. His words, not mine. Then Oru, my so-called father, showed up and tossed Lin Lang 2 green crystal coins to shut him up. But Lin Lang wasn't done. Forget the debt. Name your price, I want her. Aura looked at me like he was appraising livestock at an auction. He vaguely remembered hooking up with a white mouse lady at oh boy, the female cave. Yeah, this world has brothels for beastmen. We'll get to that horror show in a minute. The coming-of-age ceremony is in 2 days, Aura said. The tribe shaman will test all the unmarried females' fertility. We'll talk prices after. Lin Lang scoffed. She's so scrawny, she won't even be worth 2 copper coins, let alone crystal ones. Aura brought me home, a literal cave, where I met my half-brother Xiao Luo, a sweet boy who was out front drying meat jerky. Dad, we have a guest, he asked. This is your sister, Aura said casually, then grabbed a piece of jerky and bounced to go register me with the shaman. Father of the year, everyone. I spotted some fruit on the drying rack and shoved one in my mouth. 2 bites later, barf. My stomach rejected it completely. Xiao Luo rushed inside and brought me a bowl of goat milk. This is Dad's special supply, but you look like you need it. It tasted like a barn smells, but at least it stayed down. Progress. I asked Xiao Luo to explain everything, and bless his gentle soul, he did. So here's how this nightmare society works. Females are rare. The male-to-female ratio is 20-1. Females basically exist to make babies while males hunt and provide. Most females live with multiple beast husbands because there aren't enough women to go around. 1 wife, many husbands. And even then, tons of guys are still single. For the lonely bachelors? That's what the female cave is for. Pay a little, get some company. But the females sent there? They're the ones who fail the fertility test. And they don't last long, a few months to 2 years before they literally die from overwork. Let that sink in. Fertility is tested by dripping blood on a special stone. Strong reaction equals valuable wife material. No reaction equals off to the death cave.
So yeah.
No pressure for me at the ceremony, or anything. Oro came back and told me my registered name was Baoju Miluda. I immediately vetoed that. My name is Su Yan. Fine. I also had to ask, why didn't you even question whether I'm really your daughter? He said, males can smell their own bloodline. That's how we tell which kids are ours when one female has multiple husbands. Honestly, that's the most practical thing I've heard since arriving in this world. 2 days later, ceremony day arrived. Oro gave me his dead wife's old clothes, rough hemp fabric that didn't fit at all. Xiao Luo told me the full sad story. His mom had average fertility, nearly died giving birth to him, then actually died shortly after. Oro got badly injured hunting later, lost most of his strength, and never remarried. He'd just visit the female cave occasionally, which means my body's birth mother, a mouse woman named Half Moon, was probably one of those poor women in the cave. She's listed as dead in my system, along with my 8 brothers, all dead. This world is a delight. So there I was, wearing a dead woman's baggy clothes, pregnant with a mystery leopard's baby, running on goat milk and desperation, walking with sweet Xiao Luo toward the tribe's most sacred place, the beast god temple, to have my fertility judged by a rock. Just another Tuesday in Beast World. So the big day arrived, the coming-of-age ceremony at the beast god temple. The tribe shaman, Grom Gusa, was running the show. Her granddaughter Ashley was competing too, which was like the judge's family member entering the talent show. Totally fair and not suspicious at all. When my name, Su Yan Miluda, was announced last on the list, everyone did a double take. Everyone except Lin Lang, who'd been staring at me the entire time like I was the last slice of pizza at a party. His buddy Kane elbowed him. Dude, Ashley's looking at me. I have to be her beast husband. Weren't you going after Rona, the chief's daughter? Lin Lang laughed. Yeah, but that was before the shaman dropped her granddaughter into the lineup. See, there's a whole political game here. The tribe chief is elected, not inherited. Kane's grandpa used to be chief, and wants his family back on top. Marrying the current chief's daughter Rona would basically lock Kane in as the next leader. But Ashley, the shaman's granddaughter, was the wild card that scrambled everyone's calculations. And me? I was the contestant nobody even bothered thinking about. The general vibe from the crowd was, that skeleton girl? Don't even need to test her. Just send her straight to the death brothel. She's got a nice face, though. She'd earn some good tips before she dies. Charming people, these rat folk. The testing began. Each girl had to bite or prick her finger and drip blood onto this glowing fertility stone. First up, Shava. Short, round, chubby. In a world where food is scarce, being fat is basically being a supermodel. She bled on the stone. Bright glow. Upper medium fertility, the shaman announced. All the single guys went nuts. Shava blushed and suddenly looked 10 times prettier. Funny how can definitely have babies works as makeup in this world. Next, Gemala. Medium fertility. Respectable. She took her spot next to Shava, looking relieved. Then Jalan. Tiny, skinny. The stone barely flickered. Lower class fertility. She burst into tears immediately because she knew exactly where she was headed. The female cave. The death cave. I felt sick watching her cry. 3 more girls got lower class. 2 got lower medium. 2 got medium. 2 more got upper medium. It was like watching the world's most depressing game show. Then the shaman called. Ashley Gusa. Ashley walked up like she owned the place. Tall, athletic, honey-colored skin. Not the prettiest face, but confident as hell. She pricked her finger, and the second her blood touched the stone, it exploded with blinding light. Super upper-class fertility. The shaman beamed like a proud grandma at graduation. The guys in the crowd lost their minds, screaming her name. The other girls looked at her with a cocktail of envy and hatred. Ashley didn't care one bit. She scanned the crowd for Lin Lang and found him staring at me. She followed his gaze, sized me up, and basically thought, "Pfft, that twig? I win in every category." Then she mentally dismissed me. Fair enough, from the outside. She's not wrong. Next was Nico, a bubbly, chatty girl who bounced up to the stone going, "Ashley's good luck is gonna rub off on me." Her blood hit the stone, steady, lasting glow. Upper class, not as dramatic as Ashley's, but excellent. Nico literally threw herself into Ashley's arms, crying happy tears. I don't have to go to the cave. Meanwhile, the girls who got lower class looked like they wanted the earth to swallow them whole. Now it was down to 2, Rona, the chief's daughter, and me. The shaman called Rona first. She turned to me and offered, "Want to go before me?" I instinctively did a little polite bow with a hand gesture. You know, the after you thing that's completely normal on Earth. The shaman called your name. "Please go ahead." Everyone stared. Nobody in Beast World has ever seen manners before. It was like I'd invented politeness. "That skinny girl has a nice face, and she's well-behaved," someone muttered from the crowd. "Her fertility's gonna suck, though. Haven't tested yet, who knows? She's so bony, just skip the test and send her to the cave. We can all visit her together. Ha ha ha." "Shut up," Lin Lang's voice cut through like a knife. Even with lower-class fertility, as long as someone claims her, she doesn't have to go to the cave. He said it loud enough for me and everyone on stage to hear. The girls who'd gotten lower-class results suddenly had hope flickering back in their eyes. And me? I'm standing there, secretly already pregnant with a mystery megaleopard's baby, about to drip blood on a magic rock that determines whether I live or die, while a hot guy I barely know is publicly declaring he'll take me no matter what. This is fine.
Everything is fine.
Rona went first. Blood on stone. Bright flash. Done. Upper-class fertility. "Congratulations," the shaman said. Rona wasn't even surprised. She'd secretly tested herself beforehand. Smart girl. She glanced back at me with this weird look, like I was a threat she couldn't quite explain. "Lady, I'm wearing a dead woman's oversized pajamas. What exactly are you threatened by?" Then the shaman called my name with this warm grandma smile. "Su Yen Miluta, registered just 2 days ago." What a surprise that was. "And now I see you in person. Quite a pretty female. Come on up, dear, let's see what you've got." I walked over. My clothes were flapping around like a tent in the wind, and every pair of eyes in the crowd was on me. Some curious, most.
Gross.
Very gross. I stopped in front of the fertility stone and asked the shaman. "Quick question. If someone is already pregnant, would the stone detect that?" Grome's eyes went wide and dropped straight to my belly.
Are you
"Pregnant?" I had no idea how she'd react to that information, so I played it cool. "Just curious. Hypothetical question. For science." She studied my face, decided I seemed calm enough to be telling the truth about it being hypothetical, and said, "The stone only measures fertility potential. Pregnancy doesn't affect the results." Cool. I pulled out a bone needle, pricked my finger, and squeezed a drop of blood onto the stone. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not a flicker. Not a shimmer. Not even a pathetic little twinkle. The stone just sat there like a regular rock at a picnic. I stared at it. The shaman rubbed her eyes like maybe she'd gone blind.
Nope.
Still nothing. "This is impossible," she sputtered. "Even males get some kind of reaction. Even the lowest of the low gets at least a tiny glow." Everyone was stunned. 16 girls had gone before me, and every single one lit that rock up like a nightlight at minimum. I gave it nothing. I'm not gonna lie, even I was shook. "I asked the stone broken," Lin Lang shouted from the crowd. Bless that man and his unwavering commitment to finding excuses for me. The shaman swapped in a brand new stone. I bled on that one too. Nothing. Again.
Zilch. Zero.
The stone equivalent of being left on read. I'm pretty sure it's a soul thing. My soul is from Earth. I'm a human inhabiting a mouse girl's body. The stone probably took one look at my blood and went, "What species even I asked this?" and just gave up. In that case, the shaman said without hesitation, "She'll be classified as lower class fertility." Hold on. Hold on. You didn't even get a reading. How can you just slap lower class on me? Suyen. Don't talk back to the shaman. Sweet Xiao Luo whisper yelled from below, looking like he was about to faint from second-hand embarrassment. But I was not done. For all we know, I could be the ultimate fertility level, so powerful that the stone can't even handle it. Like, one-touch instant pregnancy tier. Maybe I've exceeded the stone's maximum detection range. The shaman's eyes went cold. Nobody had ever had the audacity to argue with her before.
That
is technically not impossible, she admitted through slightly gritted teeth. I pressed on. So shouldn't my rating be pending? Judge me by my actual future baby output, not by a rock that malfunctioned. Isn't that more fair and scientific? She narrowed her eyes. Where exactly did you grow up? The Forest of Senator. I had 8 older brothers. They're all dead. My mother is also dead. The shaman practically choked. Your mother had 9 children and 1 birth. Yep. The crowd erupted in murmurs. Apparently, the all-time beast world record for a single birth was 7. My mouse mom broke the record by 2. Queen behavior, honestly. Rest in peace, Half Moon. I am my mother's only daughter. I declared with maximum dramatic energy, and I will inherit her legendary fertility. Now, was any of this technically provable?
no.
Was I bluffing harder than a poker player with a pair of 2s? Absolutely. But listen, the alternative was being shipped off to the death brothel, and I'm already secretly pregnant with a terrifying leopard man's baby. If this magic rock can't confirm what my own uterus already knows, that's the rock's problem, not mine. So there I was, having just declared that my dead mouse mom was basically a fertility goddess, and now every young beast man in the crowd was looking at me with fresh eyes. Maybe this bony girl isn't trash after all? But Kane, Lin Lang's buddy, the one trying to marry his way into becoming chief, called me out immediately. "That's just stuff you said. Who can prove you even had 8 brothers? You'd say anything to avoid the death cave." Lin Lang frowned like he wanted to shut Kane up, but then he looked at my face and just let it play out. I think he wanted to see how I'd handle it. "Thanks for the backup, Prince Charming." Really feeling the support. The shaman stared at me like she was trying to read my DNA through my eyeballs. "The stone showing 0 reaction is unprecedented," she said. Then she moved on. "Let us begin the final phase, the male selection. Males choose their preferred female. Females make the final decision." Lin Lang's hand shot up instantly. "I choose Suyen Miluta." Every single head in the crowd swiveled toward him. This guy was the hottest bachelor at the ceremony. He could have picked Ashley with her record-breaking super fertility and nobody would have blinked. Power couple of the century. Instead, he picked the skinny mystery girl whose blood made the magic rock go to sleep. Ashley's face went sour. Rona's face went sour. The shaman's face went confused. "Lin Lang, think carefully," the shaman warned. Males only get one choice. I want her. Her fertility is unknown, even if she can't have children, so what? The survival of the tribe doesn't depend on me alone. The shaman basically said, "You're from the Gallo warrior family. You're the strongest young male in the tribe. You have earth element powers. You should be paired with a high-fertility female." Translation: Pick my granddaughter, you fool. And that's when I did something that made everyone's jaw hit the floor. I stepped forward and asked, "So, warrior Lin Lang, how much dowry are you bringing me?" Dowry. Not bride price.
Dowry.
In this world, that meant I was declaring myself the wife master, the boss of the relationship. He would be my beast husband, not the other way around. Xiao Luo looked like his soul left his body. My sweet brother was thinking, this girl is skin and bones. Her fertility is literally undetectable, and she just told the hottest guy in the tribe to come serve her. I locked eyes with Lin Lang. He didn't flinch. One corner of his mouth curled up in this dangerously attractive smirk. He unclipped a leather pouch from his belt, flipped it over, and dumped out its contents. 16 crystal coins clattered onto the ground, each one sparkling in a different color. Flawless quality. Every single one. The crowd gasped. See, crystal coins come from inside magic beasts, monsters that live deep in the forest. These creatures can steal powers from beast people by eating them. They're basically everyone's public enemy #1. The purer the crystal inside a magic beast, the stronger the monster was. And Lin Lang's 16 coins? All top grade, meaning they came from absolute unit-level monsters. One top-grade crystal coin is worth 100,000 copper coins. 16 of them? 1.6 million copper coins. In a society where people wear tree bark and eat raw meat, this man just dumped a billionaire's fortune on the ground for me. Enough? He asked. Every eyeball swung to me. Ashley looked like she'd swallowed a live frog. That kind of money could have bought her 10 times over, and he was offering it to the girl the fertility stone rejected. Rona was shooting daggers at me with her eyes because she wanted Lin Lang too. I didn't actually know what crystal coins were worth, but based on everyone else looking like they'd witnessed a miracle, I figured this was a pretty solid offer. Before I could respond, boom, 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 boom. Urgent, rhythmic drumbeats exploded from outside the temple. And just like that, my dramatically perfect moment of triumph got interrupted by what I can only assume is either an attack, a disaster, or this world's version of a fire alarm. Because nothing in my life is allowed to go smoothly for more than 30 seconds. Every beastman in the area went pale at the same time, like someone hit the panic button on the whole tribe. Magic beasts are here. The shaman immediately went into crisis mode. All females, transform and get to the secret tunnels under the beast god temple. Now, Ashley was first to shift. 1 second she was a girl. Next second, a sleek blue-gray rat about a foot long, shiny fur, very fancy. Her clothes just flopped to the ground. "Follow me," she squeaked in a human voice which, yeah, talking mice, I'm used to it by now, and grabbed her clothes in her teeth and bolted. I was not about to follow Little Miss Superfertility into a dark hole. I yelled to Xiao Luo, "I'm going home, not the group tunnel." I turned into my tiny white mouse form and hopped onto Xiao Luo's shoulder. My gut told me I was safer with my sweet brother than in a cave full of girls who already hated me. Plus, mice are literally built for making secret tunnels. The Miluta family had their own private hiding spots. The shaman didn't force me. My choice.
Cool.
Democracy exists in Rat World. Who knew? Xiao Luo started carrying me. "Don't worry, sis. I'll get you home." Then a hand snatched me right off his shoulder.
Lin Lang.
He scooped me up like a hamster and held me in his palm. "Come with me instead. Watch me kill some magic beasts." I squirmed with all my tiny mouse might.
No.
I refuse. "Put me down." Poor Xiao Luo opened his mouth to protest, but one look at Lin Lang's intimidating aura, and the words died in his throat. "Sorry, bro. I don't blame you. I already paid the dowry," Lin Lang declared like he was stating a legal fact. "You're my female now," and he stuffed me into his chest pocket. "I haven't agreed to any." MMPH, he clamped his hand over my tiny mouse mouth. Couldn't say a single word. So there I was, a pregnant mouse, in a man's pocket, against my will, heading into battle, living the dream. The magic beasts turned out to be a pack of gray-brown wolves. Standing upright, they were over 10 feet tall, with massive fangs dripping green toxic slime and burning red eyes full of nothing but hunger and murder. Lovely creatures. 10 out of 10. Would not pet. I poked my little mouse head out of Lin Lang's pocket, got one look at those things, and immediately retreated back inside. Can you actually beat them? I squeaked. What do you think? Lin Lang said, and his whole body erupted with power. The ground started shaking. Cracks split open across the earth, and massive sharp rock spikes shot up from below, impaling wolves left and right. It was like the planet itself was fighting for him. That's so cool. I couldn't help it. Earth element powers are no joke. But something was wrong. These wolves weren't acting like normal magic beasts. Their red eyes had this glazed, controlled look, like someone else was pulling the strings. Some of them opened their mouths and launched wind blades that sliced through Lin Lang's rock spikes like butter. They were way too coordinated, too smart. Then everything got worse. A massive brown bear magic beast appeared out of nowhere. This thing was 30 feet tall, a walking apartment building made of fur and rage. It opened its jaws and, in one bite, swallowed a rat tribe warrior whole. And that warrior? It was Kane, Lin Lang's best friend. The guy who was just joking about marrying Ashley 5 minutes ago.
Gone. Just like that. Lin Lang snapped.
Pure fury exploded from him as he charged straight at the giant bear. The bear raised one enormous paw to smash him flat. Lin Lang tried to dodge, and then his body froze, completely locked in place. He couldn't move a single muscle. This is a domain? How is that possible? Lin Lang's eyes went wide with horror. A domain is apparently some insanely high-level power that should not exist in a random bear attacking a rat village. Then he shouted at me, "Can you still move? If you can run, could I move?" I could not move. I couldn't even speak. Whatever invisible force had locked him down had frozen little pocket mouse me too. So here's the situation. My would-be husband is paralyzed, his best friend just got eaten, a 30-foot bear is about to squash us both, I'm pregnant, I'm a mouse, and I'm trapped in a shirt pocket. This is the worst first date of all time. This idiot. This arrogant, show-off rat man. He wanted to look cool killing magic beasts in front of me, and now we're both about to become bear pancakes. A 30-foot bear paw is coming down on us like God's fly swatter, and neither of us can move. Then my brain exploded with alarms. Beep, 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 beep. A robotic lady voice rang in my head. Fetal life, threat detected. Would host like to activate teleportation skill? Cost, 50 points per use. Limit, 3 times per day. Yes, 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 yes. My body answered before my brain even processed the question.
Pure survival instinct.
Zero thought involved. Whoosh, we vanished. The bear's paw slammed down on empty ground and cratered the earth like a meteor strike. We would have been mouse jam. So that's how the system works. It doesn't care about me. Not even a little. But the baby? The baby gets full VIP platinum protection. As long as I'm pregnant, the system will move heaven and earth to keep this kid safe. I'm basically a walking incubator with a bodyguard AI that only protects the cargo. You know what? I'll take it. Lin Lang blinked and looked around, completely lost. We were standing at the edge of the forest of sun, far from the village. What just happened? He looked around like a confused puppy.
Did
the beast god answer my prayer? Apparently, in that final moment, he prayed to the beast god to save me. And then poof, teleportation. So naturally, he thinks divine intervention just occurred. Probably, yeah, I said, very much not correcting him. I was still in mouse form since I had no clothes, so I scrambled out of his pocket, climbed up his body, and perched right on top of his head. Best vantage point in the house. From up there I could see the rat tribe village in the distance, beasts running everywhere. Total chaos. He plucked me off his head and held me in his big, rough, warm palms. It should be safe here. Wait for me. If I don't come back within a day, find yourself another beast husband. But if I do come back, you have to be my female. Deal? And if I refuse, I'm literally about to go die fighting a giant bear. Can't you at least say something nice before I leave? He flashed a big, toothy grin. I thought about it. His earth powers were genuinely impressive. If I had babies with this guy, the kids might have some serious talent. More talent means more points from the system. It's basic math, really. Fine, I said. He lit up like a kid on Christmas morning. Then he hung the leather pouch of 16 crystal coins around my tiny mouse neck, which was both sweet and ridiculous looking, and tucked me into a hollow in a giant tree that reached up into the clouds. Stay here. If I don't come back, these coins are enough for you to start a comfortable life in another tribe. Great. He's giving me his last will and testament while I'm a mouse wearing a necklace made of monster money. Just be careful, I told him. Don't be a hero. Living like a coward beats dying like a legend. Save your strength, wait for the right moment, and get revenge later. He laughed.
See?
My yen is so smart. Wisdom just pours out of you. All right, I'll survive. Wait for me to come back, so you can give me a litter of clever little mouse babies. My round white ears twitched. I said nothing. He transformed into a massive dark blue-green rat, way bigger than my pathetic little mouse form, looked back at me one more time, then bolted toward the village. After he left, I stuffed the coin pouch into my system's storage space. Oh yeah, the baby system comes with a pocket dimension about 1 cubic meter, expandable. It's designed for storing babies when you're on the run or in danger. Basically, a magical baby backpack. This entire system is built around children. Everything is for the kids. I bet when I eventually unlock the system store, it's going to be nothing but formula, diapers, and baby wipes. I'm not a person to this system. I'm a mobile nursery with legs. So Lin Lang left to go fight the giant bear and told me to wait 1 day. 1 day. I waited 6. I sat in that tree hollow, slowly chewing through my pathetic supply of jerky strips, kicking myself for not raiding Aura's entire pantry before all this happened. My total survival kit was a few sticks of rock-hard dried meat and 1 bucket of water.
Incredible planning, Suyan.
Really outdid yourself. By day 6, the food was gone. The water was gone. And my belly was getting huge, full-on ready to pop pregnant. Lin Lang never came back. Well, I sighed, climbing down from the tree. Guess we were just not meant to be, and I waddled deeper into the beast forest to find food, because what could possibly go wrong in there? Days passed. I dug little mouse burrows to sleep in and survived on whatever fruit I could scrounge. 10 days without meat.
10.
I was basically a vegetarian against my will. One morning, I crawled out of my burrow, stretched, turned back into human form, wrapped myself in leaves, the usual morning routine of a dignified pregnant transmigrator, when suddenly every hair on the back of my neck stood up.
Danger instinct. Activated.
I instantly shrank back into mouse form. But here's the problem. My pregnant belly was so round and swollen that I looked like a furry ping-pong ball with legs. Not exactly built for a quick getaway.
Then I saw it.
A jet black leopard. Sleek, enormous, walking toward me with the casual energy of someone browsing a grocery store aisle. It stopped right next to me, looked down at my trembling little body. Then it opened its massive jaws and
picked me up. Gently.
In its teeth.
Like a mama Katkarina kitten.
And just started walking deeper into the forest. I was frozen. My brain was short-circuiting. One tiny clench of those jaws, and I'd be mouse paste. System. System lady.
Help me. No response.
Oh, great and beautiful universe's most gorgeous system goddess. What? The system answered. Okay, so flattery works on the robot. Noted. Teleport me out of here. Please. Neither the host nor the fetus are in mortal danger. Teleportation denied. Excuse me? I'm in a leopard's mouth. How is this not dangerous? Radio silence. She hung up on me. I called back several times. Nothing. The system literally ghosted me mid-kidnapping. The leopard carried me to a big, crystal-clear river, set me down on the bank, and dove into the water. Within seconds, it caught a massive fish, easily 1/2 meter long, fat and glistening. I hadn't seen a fish since arriving in Beast World. The memory of how fish tastes hit me like a truck. I licked my lips before I could stop myself. The leopard noticed. Of course it noticed. It held the fish down with one paw, sliced it open with razor-sharp claws, cleaned out all the guts, washed it in the river, and then placed the beautiful pink fillet right in front of me. Like a five-star chef presenting tonight's special. The message was clear: eat up, little mouse. Free fish? From a predator? My prey animal brain was screaming trap, but my stomach was screaming eat the fish, you fool. The leopard seemed to sense my terror. It walked several paces away, lay down with its back to me, and closed its golden slit-pupil eyes, giving me space.
Being
considerate? I was so hungry. 10 days of nothing but fruit. A pregnant woman needs protein. The baby needs nutrition. And this fish looked like the most delicious thing that had ever existed. I glanced at the leopard one more time. Still facing away, eyes closed, and dove in. Literally dove into the fish belly and started gnawing like the rodent I technically was. The meat was sweet and tender and about 1,000 times better than anything I'd eaten since coming to this world. If I had some seasoning and a grill, this would be restaurant quality. I was so lost in fish heaven that I didn't notice the leopard silently get up and walk back over. By the time I sensed it, those deep golden eyes were staring straight down at me, a tiny pregnant white mouse, covered in fish juice, sitting inside the fish belly mid-chew. We made eye contact. Very dignified moment for me. That fish was the best meal I'd had since coming to this world. Possibly the best meal of my life. I was stuffing my face so hard that I secretly bit off extra chunks and stashed them in my system storage space for later. Survival snacks. Always be hoarding. I ate until I was about to burst, then finally crawled out of the fish belly, like some kind of disgusting seafood gremlin, and looked up directly into those golden slit-pupil eyes. Up close, I gotta admit, this leopard's eyes were stupid beautiful, like molten gold coins with vertical slits. Unfairly gorgeous for a creature that could eat me in one bite. Then it spoke. What's your name? Low, husky voice. A little raspy. A little lazy. Like a late-night radio host who also happens to be a giant murder cat. It talks. It's not a magic beast, it's a beastman. A black leopard beastman. Which means it's from the Eastern Territories, where all the big scary predators live. But wait. How did it even get here? The East and West are separated by a massive chasm that spews lava 24/7. Only flying creatures can cross it. How did a leopard get over an active volcano trench? I decided to play dumb. Just a regular little white mouse here. Don't know what words are. Never heard of language. Squeak, squeak. The leopard tilted its massive head and stared down at me with those golden eyes like it knew exactly what I was doing. Every hair on my tail stood straight up. When I refused to answer, it just shrugged. Can leopards shrug? This one did. Stood up, finished off the rest of my fish leftovers, then picked me up in its mouth again and started walking west.
okay.
So, what does it want with me? I'm too small to be a meal. I'm barely a snack. I'm not even an appetizer. I'm the garnish on the appetizer. Then it hit me. Oh no. Does it want a female to have babies with? My giant pregnant belly is kind of a dead giveaway that I'm female and functional. That question earlier, what's your name, was probably a test to see if I was a beast person. But I didn't answer. I didn't confirm anything. So why is it still carrying me around? Unless I'm a TOY. Cats play with mice. Leopards are cats. I am a mouse. Oh no. I've been demoted from pregnancy tool to cat toy. This is a new low. I didn't think my dignity could sink any further, but here we are. I'm a living stress ball for an oversized house cat. The leopard carried me around all day. When night fell, it leaped up into a tree, effortlessly, with me dangling from its jaws, and found a tree hollow. I scurried inside to sleep. The leopard parked itself right at the entrance, blocking the exit. Like a furry bouncer at a club I never wanted to enter. This went on for 3 days. I was either riding on its back or dangling from its mouth. I refused to shift into human form. Nope. Not giving it the satisfaction. I am a mouse. A simple, dumb, non-talking mouse. The leopard didn't speak again either. We had a silent standoff going. Two could play this game. On day 3, we emerged from the forest, and I spotted it, the giant tree where Lin Lang had left me. I wiggled in the leopard's mouth, and it actually put me down. I wanted to climb up and look toward the rat tribe village, see what happened after the attack. But my belly was so enormous, I couldn't even get off the ground. Pregnant mouse problems. The leopard watched me struggle for approximately 2 seconds, then picked me up and leaped to the top of the tree in one bound. "Thanks," I said automatically. And then my brain caught up with my mouth. I just
spoke.
Human. Words. My cover was blown. 3 days of committed silence, of Oscar-worthy, "I'm just a dumb mouse," acting, destroyed by basic manners my Earth upbringing drilled into me. "Thanks, Emma. Your politeness training just ruined my life." My head was buzzing with panic, but the leopard didn't even seem surprised. Like it had been waiting for me to slip up this whole time. "You're welcome," it said casually. "How's your belly? Are you close to giving birth?" I looked down. My stomach was so massive I literally couldn't see my own feet. Then thump, something kicked from inside. The baby moved. We both saw it. The leopard's golden eyes lit up like someone flipped a switch. My heart dropped. Why is it looking at my belly like that? Does it want to eat my baby? Why are you staring at my stomach? I wrapped my tiny mouse arms around my belly protectively. Except mouse arms are absurdly short, so I couldn't even reach around it. I was basically just patting myself ineffectively while trying to look threatening. In the leopard's eyes, I probably looked like a panicked cotton ball hugging a grape. Very intimidating. Much scary. "Your belly is big, but there's only one baby in there," the leopard said, staring at my stomach like it had X-ray vision. "How could you possibly know that? I haven't even given birth yet." It ignored my question and dropped a bomb instead. "This child doesn't seem to be a rat. Are you going to raise it?" "Of course I'm raising it. Its father is dead. Who else is going to do it?" "Dead." The leopard tilted its head. Those golden eyes locked onto me. My throat tightened. "Igrigajes. Dead. And if he's not dead, impossible." I watched him take his last breath with my own eyes. Which was true. That burned-up beastman in the forest absolutely flatlined while I was using him. I'm very sure of this. Mostly sure. Like 85% sure. "Appearances can be deceiving," the leopard said mysteriously. Then it casually added, "By the way, the rule in Beast World is, if a female has multiple husbands, each child belongs to the biological father. And it seems like you have some kind of marriage arrangement with the rat tribe." "No, I don't. It's just wait. How do you know about my rat tribe business?" "Who are you?" Before it could answer, stab. A vicious cramp ripped through my belly. Oh no. Oh no. It was time. The baby was coming. "Can you find me a shaman? I'm about to give birth." I clutched my stomach, feeling my body trying to force itself back into human form. The leopard snatched me up in its jaws and bolted toward the nearest settlement at full speed. I was clenching every muscle in my tiny mouse body, trying not to transform mid-sprint, because a naked pregnant human woman flopping around in a leopard's mouth would be a lot. Then the system chimed in. "Host must transform into human form for delivery. This is mandatory and cannot be resisted." You think I don't want to? Look at this situation. There's no1to deliver the baby. You useless piece of. The pain made me lose all filter. Full sailor mouth. Zero regrets. Self-delivery mode available. No midwife required. What? That exists. Yes. The system downloaded the entire self-delivery instruction manual straight into my brain. It was like a pregnancy speedrun tutorial. "Stop," I yelled at the leopard. "Find somewhere safe. I can do this myself." The leopard skidded to a halt, scanned the area, spotted a small sheltered valley with a little stream nearby, and sprinted over. It set me down and then opened its mouth and shot a bolt of lightning at the ground. Lightning. From its mouth. Casual lightning. This thing has thunder powers? The leopard literally blasted a flat clearing into existence like it was landscaping with Zeus's toolkit. I was terrified. If this thing got annoyed at me for any reason, it could fry me like a piece of bacon. Then, very gently, it gathered soft grass in its mouth and arranged it into a little nest on the cleared ground. Looked at me and said, "It's not much, but it'll have to do. It's great. It's very great. Super great. Please don't electrocute me." I scurried onto the grass pad. Now turn around. I have to become human, and I'm not wearing anything. Those golden eyes softened with something that looked genuinely like concern. "Are you sure you can handle this alone?" "I'll manage," I said through gritted teeth. "If I can't, I'll call you." The leopard hesitated, then walked out of the little valley and stood guard at the entrance. Very gentlemanly for a giant electric cat. I shifted back to human form.
No clothes.
Just grass strategically placed over the important bits. The pain hid in waves, and I couldn't hold back a scream. The leopard whipped its head around and caught a full view of me. Snow-white hair everywhere, face scrunched up in agony, looking like a beautiful mess of suffering. I felt its eyes on me. I turned and met its worried gaze. I managed a weak smile. "Stop peeking." "Okay." It turned back around.
So here I am,
Naked.
in a ditch.
About to deliver a half-leopard baby using a system tutorial downloaded into my brain, while a lightning-breathing panther stands guard outside like an overprotective Uber driver who's way too invested in this ride. Motherhood is magical. I bit down on my lips, so hard I thought I'd draw blood. No more screaming. I grabbed fistfuls of grass beneath me and just endured. Silent suffering. Very heroic. The leopard heard the silence and immediately turned around again, worried. I could feel those golden eyes on me. "Buddy, I told you not to peek." System. "This hurts so bad. Don't you have painkillers?" The system, cold as always. Estimated time to delivery, 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 10 minutes? I can do 10 minutes. I pulled a chunk of raw fish from my storage space and inhaled it in one bite. Carb loading for the final push. Let's go. Outside, the leopard was pacing back and forth like an anxious father in a hospital waiting room, which, as I was about to find out, was exactly what he was. Then a pack of gray wolf magic beasts showed up, drawn by the smell of beast person blood. They crept toward the valley, ready to attack, took one look at the black leopard, and immediately turned around with their tails between their legs. The leopard did not accept their surrender. It opened its mouth and lightning bolted every single one of them into charcoal. Crispy wolf jerky. Extra well done. I heard the commotion, but couldn't see anything because I was kind of busy. Then this overwhelming pressure hit, like every organ in my body was trying to exit at once. H. One scream. Then everything went black. In the darkness, the system's voice rang out like a game achievement notification. "Congratulations. Host has delivered first offspring. Gender, male beast form. Golden-eyed black leopard talent. Lightning element. Mystic rank father. Golden-eyed black leopard reward. 1,000 points first successful birth gift package. 1,000 points. 1,000. My brain snapped to action instantly. Convert 500 points to lifespan. 500 points converted to 500 days. Minus 50 points previously deducted for teleportation. Remaining balance, 450 points. 500 days of life. 500. I went from 3 seconds on the death clock to over a year of guaranteed living. I could have cried. 200 points. Activate the system store. Store activated. Remaining, 250 points. The store screen lit up like a shopping mall at Christmas. All those gray question marks turned into shiny product images with price tags.
Ide brocha latte.
Right now I needed one thing. 1 point, buy recovery pill. Purchase successful. Remaining, 249 points. I cracked my eyes open. Blue sky above me. Body felt like it had been through a washing machine. I swallowed the golden recovery pill and, boom. Instant full restore. Every ounce of exhaustion. Every shred of pain gone. I felt better than I had since arriving in this world. Better than I'd felt on Earth. I sat up, excited to finally see my baby. My first child. My firstborn. The little life I'd carried through rat villages, leopard kidnappings, magic beast attacks, and a DIY delivery in a ditch. The grass nest was empty. No baby.
No leopard.
Nothing. I stared at the empty spot, and then the pieces slammed together in my brain like a freight train. My baby's beast form. Golden-eyed black leopard. The father. Golden-eyed black leopard. That leopard. The one who fed me fish. Carried me for days. Made me a grass bed. Blasted wolves into charcoal. The leopard who, mysteriously, knew about my rat tribe situation and asked if the baby's father was really dead. It was him. The half-dead burned guy from the forest. The one I used as a pregnancy tool on day one. He didn't die. He was the leopard this whole time. That's why he never shifted into human form. He didn't want me to recognize his face. That's why he kept staring at my belly. That's why he asked, what if the father isn't dead? He was collecting his own child like a pre-order pickup. And now he was gone. With my baby. My first child, whose face I never even got to see. I stretched and stood up. My body felt light and perfect, like I'd never been pregnant at all. Recovery pill is no joke. Ha, I said to nobody, forcing a casual tone. Point system, right? I'm just the factory. I make him, I don't keep him. Him taking the baby just frees me up for the next pregnancy. How efficient. The lighter my words, the heavier my face got. Because no mother, not on Earth, not in Beast World, not in any universe, is truly okay with having her first child taken away before she even sees his face. That one's going to sting for a while. I scurried back to the rat tribe village as a tiny white mouse and found nothing. Ghost town. Completely empty. Everyone had fled after the magic beast attack. The whole place was like a post-apocalypse movie set, but with more mouse holes. I went back to the Miluta family cave and dug through my room for clothes. Because honestly, since arriving in Beast World, being naked has become my default state. I've spent more time without clothes than with them. If only I had an outfit that could shape-shift with me when I transform. The system piped up. Recommendation. The glazed azure feather dress in the store. Oh, shopping suggestions now? Okay, let me look. I opened the store and saw it, and my JW hit the floor. This dress was insane. Silver blue silk feathers cascading into a skirt, delicate jewelry accessories, golden ribbon sashes that shimmer, mysterious embroidered patterns. Every single detail was pure luxury. I'm talking red carpet at the Oscars level. Every male beast man on the continent would fall over dead at the sight of me in this thing. Then I saw the price tag. 300 points. I have 249. I silently closed the store and lay down on my stone bed staring at the ceiling. This system is just trying to get me pregnant again, isn't it? I touched my flat belly. Empty now. If I could have just seen my baby's face, even once. But wait, I still had that first birth gift package to open. I'd forgotten about it in all the drama. I ripped it open like Christmas morning. Congratulations! You received Green Ring Talent, Fire Element Skill Training Manual 1 Cotton Maternity Dress, High-Waisted, Stretchy 1 Frying Pan 30 pounds of fine salt 10 rolls of toilet paper 10 cans of baby formula 2 baby bottle sets 2 baby carrier pouches. I stared at this list.
Frying pan.
Toilet paper. In a world where people eat raw bloody meat and wipe with leaves, this system just gave me civilization in a box. But also, baby formula? Baby bottles? Baby carriers? For a baby, I don't have any more because his leopard dad kidnapped him? Thanks, system. Really rubbing it in. These items weren't even available in the regular store, which only sold pills, weapons, martial arts manuals, and luxury items. So the gift packages were the only way to get practical mom stuff. Beautiful, gorgeous, incomparable system goddess. Do I get a gift package with every birth? Yes. Higher talent offspring yield better packages. Now that got my business brain working.
So,
where do I find high talent males? Can you point me in a general direction? The host must locate them independently. Of course. The system is a shopping mall with no GPS. I grabbed a few more things from the store. A fasting pill lets me survive without food when I'm not pregnant. During pregnancy, it stops working because the system insists I eat real nutritious food. Fair enough. Then I spotted something interesting. What's this golden marrow pill? And it's free. Randomly boosts fetal talent. 1 per pregnancy. Only the host can use it. A free talent-boosting pill for every pregnancy? That's like a guaranteed loot upgrade for each baby. More talent equals more points equals more lifespan equals better gift packages. The math was getting exciting. Then I heard a scratching sound. A big blue-gray rat the size of a dog was poking its nose around the cave entrance, sniffing the air. I grinned. Xiao Luo. Over here, he spotted me and squeaked, "Wait 1 second." Then he zipped into his room and came back in human form wearing proper leather clothes. Modest boy. I knew you'd be hiding here. Dad said no way, but I said, we're rats. Hiding in holes is literally what we do. He was so happy to see me. Where is everyone? I asked. 2 days from here, at the rabbit beast people settlement. There are still magic beasts roaming around here. We need to leave now. We both shifted into mouse form. Xiao Luo packed up clothes and valuables into a big leather bag, slung it on his back, then scooped me up and plopped me on top of the bag too. Because I'm palm-sized and he's dog-sized. I basically rode him like a tiny jockey on a gray racehorse. Off we went, 2 mice, 1 bag of stuff, heading for rabbit territory. My frying pan, toilet paper, and emotional baggage safely tucked away in my pocket dimension. Motherhood. 1 baby born, 0 babies kept, 249 points in the bank, and a fire magic manual I haven't read yet. Onward. Xiao Luo's talent is wind element, low rank, but the boy can run. I was tucked inside his bundle like luggage on a bullet train and honestly, smoothest ride I've had since arriving in Beast World. 5 stars. Would recommend. He'd munch jerky and sip water on the go. I'd already popped my fasting pill, so I wasn't hungry, but I nibbled a bit anyway to be polite. Can't let my brother think I'm weird. Weirder than I already am. Xiao Luo. What do you know about golden-eyed black leopards? One of the top 10 predator clans in the Eastern Territories. Absolute monsters. Like, strong monsters. Any single Eastern predator tribe could wipe out our entire Western region. They're not even in the same league as us. And their talents, way higher. East versus West is like comparing the sky to the dirt. So basically, the East is a first-world superpower, and we're out here in the West living in caves eating raw meat.
Great. Cool.
And the father of my stolen firstborn is from Beast World's version of the elite 1%. My baby is probably living in a leopard mansion right now, while I'm riding on a rat's back wearing leaves. Note to self. Go east. That's where the high-talent males are. High talent equals better babies equals more points equals more lifespan. It's simple economics. The West does have one strong guy though, Xiao Luo added. Lin Lang is decent, but his talent caps at yellow rank. There's a ceiling he'll never break through. No, I'm talking about the snake tribe's #1, Lord Dongli. Snake tribe? Aren't snakes literally our natural enemy? Nah, snakes and mice actually get along fine here. They even hire us to help build their houses, since most rats have earth element talents. Like, 9 out of 10 rats are earth type. Well, my talent is in earth, I said casually. Xiao Luo whipped around and stared at me like I'd grown a second head. What? I said. Cease. Females don't have talents. None.
0.
Never have. I curled up one tiny mouse finger, pointed it at the air, and said, fire. A little orange flame popped into existence on my fingertip. Xiao Luo flinched backward so hard, he almost dropped me. Then he scrambled closer, eyes the size of dinner plates. Is that real? The entire rat tribe has never had a fire talent. Not one. Ever. Well, now you do. Plus, think how convenient this is. I can cook things. I've been studying the training manual for my gift package for 2 days and could already produce a basic flame. Baby steps. Literally. You're the first female in rat tribe history to have a talent. And it's fire, the rarest element in the entire West. He was practically vibrating. Too bad it's only green rank. Lowest tier. Still. Fire talents are almost non-existent here. The East has the Fire Phoenix tribe though. They can literally resurrect from flames. But they have no females left and they're almost extinct. Fire. Phoenix. Tribe? My eyes lit up like the flame on my fingertip. Cease? No. Fire phoenix males are insanely arrogant. They'd never look at a regular female, Xiao Luo. Listen to me carefully. I wiggled my round mouse ears with absolute determination. You will have a fire phoenix brother-in-law someday. Mark my words. High fire talent my golden marrow pill boost equals legendary baby equals massive points. The math was matting beautifully. Xiao Luo watched my ears twitch and knew I was serious. He shook his head like a disappointed parent, probably thinking his palm-sized sister had completely lost her mind dreaming about seducing elite Eastern firebirds. Then his expression got all tangled up. There's something else. About Lin Lang. I read his face instantly. He got with another female, didn't he? How did you know? You looked like you'd rather swallow a rock than tell me. Only one thing causes that face. Ashley drugged him. Some kind of aphrodisiac. Now she's pregnant, and he has to marry her. Bold move. Respect the hustle, honestly. You're not angry. Why would I be? They've got a baby on the way, and secretly so did I, well, had one before leopard daddy snatched it. We were even. No hard feelings. He didn't come back within a day like he promised, so the deal was off. Simple as that. We arrived at the new settlement, a rabbit beast people's territory, before dark. Dad, Oro, was there, running a little roadside stall selling leather jerky and goat milk. He'd been a wreck ever since Xiao Luo left a note saying he was going back to find me. Oro spotted Xiao Luo, rubbed his eyes, confirmed he wasn't hallucinating, then put on his stern dad face.
So,
you decided to come back. Daddy, I popped my little white head out of the bundle. His expression melted instantly. Yen Yen, your daughter is perfectly fine. Thanks to Big Brother, I hopped onto his stall, stood on my back legs, and gave him my cutest look. Blood ties are a powerful thing. Even with a dad I barely know, something in this body feels genuinely warm around him. He picked me up and inspected me. Clean white fur, perky whiskers, no injuries. His eyes actually got teary. Good, good, good. Both my children safe and sound. He poured me a bowl of goat milk. Still smelled like a farm, but it was basically my comfort drink at this point. I chugged it and burped. Then a girl came to the stall. Uncle Oru, 10 copper coins of jerky please. She spotted me and gasped.
Suyan?
You're alive. I gave her the most withering side-eye a mouse can produce. You're alive and you're surprised I am? Sorry. Bad phrasing. It was Jalan, the skinny girl who got lower class fertility at the ceremony and cried. Then she asked about Lin Lang. He and I have nothing to do with each other, I said flatly. Oru, in a rare burst of fatherly generosity, handed her a piece of premium jerky worth at least 100 copper coins. My daughter came home today. Celebration discount, free. Take it. She hesitated, then reached out with a hand wearing a woven grass bracelet. She thanked him and ran off when someone called her name, yelling back, Su Yen, let's hang out sometime. After she left, Oru sighed quietly. Her parents were killed by magic beasts. She's in the female cave now. She has 2 little brothers to feed. My heart sank like a stone. That grass bracelet on her wrist, that was the mark of a female cave worker. Jalan, the girl who cried at the ceremony because she got the lowest fertility rating, was now working in the death brothel to keep her little brothers alive. This world doesn't stop punching, does it?
Dad, Oru got all serious on me.
Yen Yen, don't worry about your future. Daddy will take care of you. Even if you're a spinster forever, that's fine. Apparently the migration from the old village was brutal, entire families wiped out. Having both his kids alive and safe was already more than he dared hope for. I can take care of my sister too. Xiao Luo chimed in loyally. I climbed up Oru's arm and perched on his shoulder. Relax, Dad. I can hunt for myself. Right, bro? Why, yes. Sis is way stronger than me, he shuddered, remembering my fire talent. In Beast World, almost nobody is fireproof, so even my baby-level flame is absolutely terrifying to everyone. The ultimate bluff card. Oru didn't buy it for a second. He patted Xiao Luo's head. Let's close up early. Daddy's cooking something special tonight. Right on cue, a tall, Handsome rabbit beast man named Zulu strolled up carrying a whole live deer on his shoulder, like it was a grocery bag. He smelled like fresh grass and trees.
Nice. Oro.
Closing already, he asked. My son and daughter are home. Celebration time. This deer is perfect. Come over for dinner later. You have a daughter. Zulu's eyes instantly lit up like a slot machine hitting jackpot. Oro read him like a book. My daughter is not getting married. I hopped onto Xiao Luo's head to get a better look at Zulu. Tiny little white mouse, sitting on a boy's head, evaluating potential baby daddy candidates. Normal Tuesday. Zulu noticed me and figured I was a child. Your daughter is my daughter too. Don't worry, Uncle Oro, we're the same age. Xiao Luo snapped. Stop calling my dad, brother. You're trying to skip a generation. So call me uncle then, Zulu grinned. Get lost. After Zulu left with his tall, broad-shouldered silhouette disappearing down the road, I tapped Xiao Luo's head. What's his talent? Water element, yellow rank. But forget it, sis. He's the rabbit tribe chief's favorite third son and their top warrior. Every female in the area is trying to crawl into his burrow. Rona is actively pursuing him too. I was already on the internal hotline. Xiao Mei, how good is yellow rank? I named the system, Xiao Mei, Little Beauty. I tried, Big Beauty, first but she rejected it. Even AIs have opinions apparently. Not high, not low. The golden marrow pill can boost offspring talent. No better targets around anyway. Let's lock him down. The points are points. Host is very wise. The system approves of my ruthless baby farming strategy. We're a great team. I changed into my gift package dress, the pink cotton maternity dress with embroidered plum blossoms and lace cuffs at the wrists. Yes, it's technically a maternity dress, but nobody here knows what maternity fashion looks like, so who's gonna tell? Ora saw me and his jaw dropped. I won't lie, I looked incredible. The soft fabric, the delicate pattern, the way the skirt flowed when I moved. In a world where fashion means animal hide with holes cut in it, I was basically wearing haute couture. Where did you get this? Ora demanded, dead serious. He could tell the fabric quality was Eastern Territory level, way beyond anything in the West. Xiao Mei gave it to me. Hearing a female name, he relaxed slightly. That's extremely expensive. Did you pay her? I earned it through physical labor. Technically true. Childbirth is very physical. Is it pretty? I did a little twirl. Xiao Luo came running, saw me, and froze solid. Where's that from? A friend. From the East. Only the richest Eastern tribes have fabric like this, so my free system maternity dress is apparently a luxury item worth a fortune here. And that 300-point glazed azure feather dress I couldn't afford? That thing would probably cause a continent-wide meltdown. Then Oro heard Zulu arriving outside, and gave me a look.
Yen yen.
Do you have your eye on Zulu? Not sure yet. I just wanted his babies, not his hand in marriage. Which sounds terrible, I know. But when your survival depends on a baby point system, romance takes a back seat to reproductive strategy. Don't judge me. Judge the system. Zulu didn't come alone. He brought Lin Lang. So my ex-almost husband and my current target walked in together. Turns out they're hunting buddies. It was even Lin Lang's idea to sell game to my dad. Small world. Awkward world. Time for phase 1 of Operation Baby Daddy. Food. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I had a secret weapon nobody in the Western Territories had ever experienced. Cooking. I roasted a deer leg over my fire talent flames. Just salt and some fruit wine, nothing fancy. But the smell of sizzling, golden brown, fat-dripping roasted meat filled the cave like perfume from heaven. I was drooling myself. 10 days of raw fruit and jerky, and now I was producing the first cooked meal this tribe had ever seen. Xiao Luo came sniffing in like a cartoon character floating on aroma waves. That smells amazing. I sliced off a glistening, juicy piece. Taste test it for me. He took one bite. His eyes went so wide they nearly fell out. Is that salt? Yep. Salt gives you more energy. Then it hit me, even Oris jerky had no salt. Why doesn't Dad salt his meat? Salt is insanely expensive. Salted jerky costs double, and almost nobody can afford it. Oh.
Oh.
I had 30 pounds of salt sitting in my system storage. I might be secretly one of the richest people in the entire Western Territory and didn't even know it. Xiao Luo squinted at me suspiciously. Where'd you get salt? Did you raid Dad's secret emergency stash, little brother? Sweet, innocent little brother. You have no idea. Before the big dinner, I handed Xiao Luo my salt jar. He stared at the fine white crystals like they were diamonds. This doesn't look anything like Dad's salt. He touched a grain to his tongue, and his eyes went wide. It's not bitter? How is this made? No idea, I said casually, then grabbed a whole handful and tossed it on the roasting deer leg. Some grains fell into the fire and sparked blue. Xiao Luo looked like he was watching me set money on fire. That's so wasteful. He carried the roasted leg out on a wooden tray while I went to get ready. Because Phase 2 of Operation Baby Daddy required the full arsenal. I spent 5 whole points on a cosmetic set from the system store. Did my hair. Put on the pink maternity dress. Applied a light, elegant makeup look. Nothing over the top, just enough to go from pretty to civilization ending. When I walked into the guest room carrying a jug of fruit wine, every head turned. Daddy, your daughter brought the wine, I said in my sweetest voice. Zulu looked up, and I swear his soul left his body. He sat there frozen, mouth slightly open, like someone had unplugged him. Mission accomplished. First impression nuclear. And sitting right next to him?
Lin Lang.
Also frozen. He'd suspected Aura's daughter might be me, but Zulu had described me as a tiny little female, probably newborn. He forgot that my mouse form is permanently palm-sized because I'm an albino mutation.
Oops.
You're alive, Lin Lang choked out. I tilted my head innocently. Why does everyone keep asking me that? Oro explained. Ashley told everyone she saw you die. Said a gray wolf magic beast swallowed you whole. Oh. So that's how it went down. Little Miss Super Fertility told my almost husband I was dead so she could drug him and steal him for herself. Bold. Evil. Efficient. Well, clearly she was lying, I said, doing a little spin to show off my very alive, very intact body. All parts accounted for. Lin Lang's eyes flickered with something. Odd how I looked, then immediately crushed by guilt. He was married now. He'd chosen wrong based on a lie, and he knew it. Zulu sensed the tension. So you two have history. I kept it breezy. Lin Lang proposed to me at the coming-of-age ceremony. Same day the magic beasts attacked. I spent over 2 weeks wandering the forest before making it back to the tribe. Lin Lang went white as paper. You were waiting there? The whole time. He'd believed Ashley's lie. Never even went to check. Never looked for me. Smack. He slapped himself across the face. Hard. The sound echoed through the cave like a gunshot. Nobody moved. I placed the leather pouch of 16 crystal coins on the table in front of him. Here. Returning these to you. He stared at the pouch, face getting worse by the second. Keep them. If they can make up for even a fraction of what I did, you didn't do anything wrong, I said with a smile that was surgically precise. Congratulations to you and Ashley on your marriage and your baby. When the little one arrives, I'll send a generous gift. That was the kill shot. Delivered with a smile and zero malice, which made it 10 times more devastating. Lin Lang stood up, so fast the stone stool almost tipped. Uncle Oro, I just remembered something urgent. I'll come by after tomorrow's hunt. And he was gone. Zulu wanted to follow his buddy, but the roasted deer leg was just so good. He compromised. Uncle Oro, forget the remaining 4,000 copper coins for the deer. This leg covers it. Wait. He just called my dad uncle. Earlier today it was Oro, my buddy. He voluntarily demoted himself a generation to get closer to my family. Smooth, rabbit boy. I see you. Oro protested about the money, but Zulu grabbed the deer leg and bolted after Lin Lang before Dad could pay him. Xiao Luo looked around the suddenly empty room, confused, then ran out to see the guests off. Oro came back with his money pouch to find just me. Everyone left. Yep, I handed him Lin Lang's crystal coins. Please return these for me. I know what to do. He pocketed them, then gave me a knowing look. Zulu seems very interested in you, but the fertility stone couldn't read me. He might not want to marry someone who can't prove she can have kids, or got serious. Doesn't matter. As long as daddy's alive, I'll take care of you. And when Xiao Luo finds a wife, she'd better be willing to look after you too, or the marriage is OFF. Any sister-in-law who can't share space with me isn't someone I'd like either. I agreed. Exactly, he downed his wine in one gulp. Good dad moment. Later, I brought out a leather pouch and handed it to him. Dad, this is the salt I used for tonight's roast. Use it for cooking from now on. A little seasoning in our food will make Xiao Luo stronger. Or looked inside. 20 pounds of fine, pure, white salt. He tasted a pinch, and his pupils literally trembled.
Yan.
Where did you get this? A friend from the East gave it to me. Yes, my imaginary Eastern friend, who definitely exists and is not a pregnancy reward system. This quality. The West doesn't have anything like it. He ran the grains through his fingers reverently. With this much salt alone, we could get Xiao Luo a top fertility rabbit tribe wife. Then let's do that. Get my brother a girl. Xiao Luo walked in at exactly the wrong moment. What needs to be something I like? We're getting you a wife, I teased. His face turned the color of a tomato. My talent is too ordinary. No female would want me. Please. A rich man's son could have a face like a potato, and girls would line up. We just need to show that the Miluta family has wealth. There are plenty of high-fertility girls from poor families who'd jump at the chance. If not from our rat tribe, then from the rabbits. Right, Dad? Or was nodding so hard his neck might have snapped.
Yes.
First thing tomorrow, I'll visit the rabbit tribe shaman and start networking. The salt will open doors. Use as much as you need, Dad. Xiao Luo was beet red and stammering. I can live alone, Dad, and I completely ignored him. The Miluta family was about to level up. Salt Empire incoming. I grabbed Dad Or's old bone bow and a quiver of bamboo arrows. He did not want to let me have them. Not because he's stingy, but because in his mind, females are delicate flowers who should never touch weapons. Even after seeing my fire talent, he still couldn't shake the girls are fragile programming. Then Zulu showed up and offered to carry the bow for me, and suddenly Dad was fine with it. Yes, because a man holding the bow near me is totally different from me holding it myself. Beast world logic. Here's the thing though, I actually know archery. Like, really know it. Back on Earth, I competed in archery tournaments. Won prizes. So the second I got that bow in my hands, muscle memory kicked in. I drew, aimed, and nailed a wild chicken in one clean shot. Xiao Luo's jaw dropped. "Sis, you can shoot." Yep. I handed in the bow and went to collect my chicken. We're having chicken soup tonight. Zulu's eyes were practically heart-shaped. Can I have a bowl? I'll pay for it with my first kill. Deal. That lit a fire under him. I'm getting you a wild boar. Those things are dangerous. They're basically tanks with tusks, but he was already gone, sprinting into the forest like a man possessed. Nothing motivates a beastman like showing off for a girl. Tale as old as time. Xiao Luo and I kept hunting smaller game around the forest edge. I also gathered fruit, wild vegetables, and then, jackpot, I found a whole field of wild yams. Each one as thick as my wrist. I nearly cried from happiness. I've been surviving on nothing but meat in this world, and my Earth girl body has been screaming for carbs. Rice, bread, noodles. I'd sell my left kidney for any of them. But yams? Yams would do beautifully. I dropped everything and started digging like the rodent I technically am. Xiao Luo had no idea why I was so excited about stuff that wild animals eat, but he helped anyway. Good brother. Then, mid-dig, the yam in my hand started moving. Every single yam in the ground wiggled itself out of the soil and stacked itself in a neat pile.
Lin lang, Xiao Luo chat.
Earth element talent. Of course. Digging up root vegetables was literally a finger flick for this man. I dusted off my hands and gave him my sweetest smile. Lin Lang, you're amazing. Thank you so much. No problem. Anything else need digging? Nope. What did you catch today? 2 deer. Already delivered to the village. I'm free. He ended up insisting on carrying all 100+ pounds of yams back to the village for me. Just scooped the whole pile onto his shoulder like it was a pillow. Done in the blink of an eye. I didn't even have time to say, you don't have to. Xiao Luo stayed behind to wait for Zulu, so it was just me and Lin Lang walking home. I picked out a sweet green fruit from my basket and offered it to him. That's heavy, isn't it? Have some fruit. Not heavy at all, but he was looking at me with eyes that were burning and conflicted at the same time. I pretended not to notice. I heard from Xiao Luo that you got hurt fighting the magic beasts and were unconscious during the migration. How are your injuries? No lasting side effects. What are side effects? Lingering damage. Symptoms that won't fully heal. He was quiet for a beat. Then, losing you. Does that count? I had nothing.
No comeback. No witty retort.
Just silence and a sudden intense interest in the fruit basket. Moving on. Dad Oro came home in a great mood from visiting the rabbit tribe's shaman about finding Xiao Luo a wife. Apparently, there were plenty of girls from poor families with decent fertility ratings. The shaman promised an answer within 3 days. Our salt bribery was working. Then he spotted me walking up with Lin Lang, and his face shifted. Yen, why are you with Lin Lang? He helped carry my yams home. That's all. Lin Lang hauled the yams to our courtyard spring water pool, and I offered to make him yam cakes as a thank you. I'd like that, he said. He had no idea what yam cakes were, but if I was making them, he wanted them. This man has it bad. Then someone ran up to the gate yelling, Lin Lang, Ashley's going into labor. Get back now. His expression tightened. Go, I urged him. They said she had a few more days. She says her stomach hurts. Just go. The messenger dashed off. And I knew exactly what was happening. Ashley heard that Lin Lang and I came back from the forest together, and suddenly she's conveniently in labor. That baby is fine. This is a tactical contraction. A strategic stomach ache. Pregnancy weaponized as a jealousy alarm. Respect the move, honestly. Hate the player, not the game. Go home, I told him gently. Pregnant women get emotionally unstable. Take care of her. I grabbed a small bag of my premium salt, about a pound, and offered it as a thank you for the yams. He refused it, turned to leave, and said over his shoulder, I'll come back later. For chicken soup. After he left, Dad interrogated me. What's going on between you two? Nothing. We bumped into each other while hunting. He helped with the yams. That's it. Tribal neighbors helping each other. Good. He married Ashley, the tribe's best female and the shaman's granddaughter. She might even inherit the shaman position. We cannot afford to make an enemy of her. I know, Dad. That's why my target is Zulu. Clear eyes. Full heart. Ruthless reproductive strategy. Can't lose. Zulu. Might not work out either, Dad told me. Apparently the rabbit tribe chief wants Zulu to marry a fox tribe chief's daughter. Fox tribe females are famous for being drop-dead gorgeous. Every beast man's dream wife. Hard to compete with an entire species of supermodels. I frowned. Well, can't mess with that arrangement then. What was that, Yen? Nothing. Hey Dad, where's the snake tribe? He told me it was far east, near the old village, practically inside the Forest of Sun. He'd actually been there once to help build their beast god temple. And that strong guy Xiao Luo mentioned, Lord Dongli? Turns out he killed his own brother over a female, got branded a traitor, and was permanently exiled from the snake tribe. But recently he'd been spotted near Qingmu Plains, the local forest. My eyes lit up like Christmas lights. Exiled loner with top-tier power?
No tribal obligations?
Roaming the nearby forest? That's not a red flag, that's a target. Why are you asking? Dad said suspiciously. No reason. Just curious. Note to self. Start hanging around Qingmu Plains more often. Dad also mentioned the rabbit shaman loved my salt and wanted a long-term supply deal. Unfortunately, my salt comes from a baby reward system, not a supplier I can call up for bulk orders. I told him I'd look into making salt from scratch, but he laughed. Salt-making recipes are apparently guarded like nuclear codes in this world. I got to work in the kitchen making dinner. Wild yam and chicken stew. My cooking skills were painfully average back on Earth. But here,
I'm basically Gordon Ramsay.
the bar is underground, and I'm still clearing it by miles. Dad watched me cook with total fascination. My fire talent made everything effortless. No fumbling with flint, no keeping embers alive. Before me, if the tribe's fire went out, they had to go borrow fire from another tribe. Like asking your neighbor for a cup of sugar, except it's the foundation of civilization. Forget fertility, Dad said. Your fire talent alone is enough to secure your place in the tribe. I know, but I don't want to be tied down. I used to be a wandering beast person, and I'd like to keep traveling. Freely. You want freedom? Yes. Does Daddy approve? He smiled warmly. You didn't grow up with me. That you came back at all makes me happy. Live however you want. If you want to settle down, I'll take care of you forever. If you want to wander, just stay safe. Best dad ever. Here, try this. I handed him mashed yam topped with wild berry jam. Purple sauce on snow-white mash. Looked like a dessert from a fancy restaurant.
He stared at it.
This is edible. Just eat it, Dad. He took one reluctant, enormous bite. His mustache literally stood up. This is incredible. Crash, a massive thud from the courtyard. We rushed outside. There stood Zulu, slightly disheveled, grinning like the sun itself, with an 800-pound wild boar lying dead at his feet.
So,
can I have chicken soup tonight? He beamed. This man literally fought a tank pig to earn a bowl of my cooking. I respect the commitment. I went back inside and brought him a bowl of mashed yam, but this batch I'd seasoned with what I thought was a pepper-like spice I'd found in the forest. Walnut-sized, tasted peppery. Seemed legit.
Zulu took one bite.
His eyes went wide, but not in the delicious way. You put aphrodisiac fruit in this, he said. I'm sorry, what? Dad grabbed the bowl and sniffed it. Yen yen. There are aphrodisiac fruit bits in here. My soul left my body. That pepper I'd been so proud of finding? Beast World Viagra. I'd been cooking with animal Viagra this whole time. But I ate it too, and nothing happened to me, sweetheart. It only works on males. Of course it does.
So,
what do we do? I squeaked. Zulu flashed a dangerously handsome grin. All white teeth and wicked energy. You fix what you started. His ears were already turning red. The drug was kicking in fast. But aren't you supposed to marry the Fox tribe girl? I protested. I never agreed to that. He scooped me up over his shoulder like I weighed nothing and started walking toward the bedroom. Over his shoulder, he called to my dad. That wild boar is my greeting gift. Lin Lang offered 16 crystal coins as a dowry. I'll pay 60 crystal coins. This man just quadrupled Lin Lang's already insane offer while carrying me like a sack of potatoes. I could have asked the system for help. But would Xiao Mei rescue me from a willing, high-talent male? The system was probably doing cartwheels right now. A yellow rank water element baby was exactly what she wanted. Just so you know, I said, dangling over his shoulder with as much dignity as I could muster, I'm not going to be exclusively yours. I'll have other beast husbands in the future. Definitely more than just you. That's fine. Really? You won't be jealous? As long as you're happy. I couldn't help but laugh. All right then. Dad looked at the massive dead boar in his courtyard, shrugged, and dragged it into his butchering room. Dowry accepted. Father of the bride, everybody. Behind closed doors, I popped a free pregnancy pill and a golden marrow pill. No point wasting the opportunity. But holy mother of beast gods. Zulu's stamina was inhuman. I had to use 2 recovery pills just to survive the experience.
2.
Those cost points. This rabbit beast man nearly sent me to meet my ancestors through sheer enthusiasm. Afterward, he held my unconscious body, kissed me approximately 700 times, tucked me in with a fur blanket, and went home to pack his things. He was moving in.
Just like that.
1 bowl of spiked mashed yams, and the man was relocating. But before he could even step out his door with his bags packed, someone was blocking the exit. Because nothing in my life goes smoothly for more than 5 minutes. Xiao Luo rushed in looking nervous.
Cease.
Lin Lang is here. Did Ashley have her baby? No, the tribe would have announced it. A new birth is huge news, especially from the shaman's granddaughter. Then from outside. Zulu. Get out here. Lin Lang sounded like he wanted to commit murder. What's his problem with you? I asked Zulu. He gently pushed me back down. Nothing. The guy's brain got trampled by a pig. I'll handle it and then go get your fruit. He left. The yelling stopped. They were gone. Xiao Luo stood there looking like he was trying to swallow a whole egg. You want some meat? I offered him the plate. No, jerky's fine for me. Then what's with the constipated face? Lin Lang is angry because Zulu became your husband. I sighed. What was I supposed to say? The man married someone else based on a lie, and now he's mad that I moved on? That's a him problem. I stuffed another piece of raw meat in my mouth and said nothing. Meanwhile, by the way, I was now casually eating raw meat like it was candy. The girl who threw up at the sight of bloody meat 2 weeks ago? Now she's chomping through fresh cuts like a competitive eater. Pregnancy changes you. Or more accurately, the golden marrow pill turns your baby into a calorie-devouring black hole. Mental note. Next time I take that pill, have a warehouse of spiritual herbs ready first. Out in the forest, Zulu and Lin Lang had their showdown. Both yellow-rank talents. But Lin Lang still had lingering injuries from the magic beast attack, putting him at half strength. You can't beat me, Zulu said flatly. You've got dark wounds dragging you down half a rank. Let's find out. Lin Lang attacked first. The ground split open and dozens of earth spikes shot at Zulu. Zulu leaped into a tree and whipped out thorny vines from his wrist to deflect. Lin Lang's face changed. You have wood element too. My wood talent is actually higher than my water, nearly mystic rank. So stop wasting both our time. I need to go pick fruit for Yen Yen. We'll grab drinks later. And he vanished into the deep forest. Lin Lang didn't follow. He knew the math. One earth element fighter versus a dual water and wood element fighter?
No contest.
And Zulu had already won in every way that mattered. But the real reason Zulu revealed his secret double talent wasn't to flex on Lin Lang. It was because he couldn't afford to waste energy on a bro fight. He needed every ounce of power for what came next. The 7-star red fruit I wanted? It had a guardian. A 2-headed wolf. Wind element magic beast. Yellow rank. Zulu had fought this thing before, and it ended in a draw. This time, there was no room for a draw. His pregnant wife was starving. The wolf lunged at him, with claws the size of a man's hand. Zulu created a water clone. The wolf shredded the decoy, while the real Zulu appeared at the wolf's flank and drove his bone knife into its side. Crack. Bone-breaking sounds. The wolf howled, unleashed wind blades that shredded Zulu's vine restraints, then circled behind him at blinding speed for another attack. Zulu threw up an ice wall, then uprooted an entire tree and hurled it at the wolf. The wolf grew in size, blocked the tree, but Zulu was already underneath it with his knife aimed at the magic crystal in its belly. One stab. The wolf's death scream echoed across the entire forest. Every hunter in the area heard it. Lin Lang heard it too, standing outside the forest with clenched fists and a face like ash. He knew that wolf. Even at full strength, he couldn't have killed it that fast. Back at home, Dad bought me a bucket of fresh cow's milk. I smelled it and started drooling before he even set it down. Daddy, I want milk. That's why I bought it. I chugged a bowl. More. Here, I drank 3/4 of the entire bucket before slowing down. And I was still hungry. This baby was consuming calories at a rate that defied physics. Is Zulu back yet? I whimpered. I physically could not eat any more, but my stomach was demanding more. Dad peeked outside and grinned. He's here. Zulu walked in carrying the 7-star red fruit in one hand and a live deer bound in vines over his shoulder with the other. Because of course he grabbed bonus groceries on the way home from his boss fight. Is Yen Yen okay? He asked, already rushing toward my room. I examined the fruit. According to my brain-downloaded encyclopedia, you can brew it into medicine or refine it into pills, but eating it raw wastes the least. So I popped those flat red berries one by one, chewing up even the golden star-shaped seeds. Sweet at first, then bitter, then spicy. Not exactly a gourmet experience, but as the fruit hit my stomach, that insatiable, maddening hunger began to fade. For the first time in 24 hours, I felt something resembling satisfaction. By the time I finished the whole plant, leaves, stems, berries, seeds, everything, I actually burped. A real, full, content burp. Zulu had been hovering over me the entire time like an anxious helicopter parent. Are you okay? Does anything hurt? Do you need? I reached out and wrapped my arms around his neck.
I've fine.
And I'm finally not hungry. Thank you, Zulu. Voluntarily hugging him? Initiating physical affection? This man's face went through about 17 emotions in 2 seconds and landed on pure bliss. He looked like someone had handed him the meaning of life. But then he got suspicious. Wait, you were eating nonstop and now you're suddenly not hungry? Are you sure you're pregnant and not just sick? The 7-star red fruit is a rare spiritual treasure. One plant is probably worth more nutrition than a mountain of fresh meat. He thought about the two-headed wolf that nearly killed him guarding that plant.
Yeah.
Definitely a treasure. Are there more in the forest? I asked. Yes, he nodded instantly. He would flip the entire Qingmu Plains upside down and shake it if that's what his wife needed. Husband 2, fully operational, battle-tested, dual-element powerhouse, and willing to fight death wolves for fruit. I chose well. Accidentally, via aphrodisiac yam seasoning, but still.
Well.
Oh, by the way, Zulu said casually, while getting your fruit, I killed a yellow rank magic beast. Here's its crystal core. It's shaped like 2 little wolves. Thought you might like it as a trinket. He handed me a translucent blue-green crystal. 2 little wolves carved by nature itself. I knew enough by now to know that beast-shaped cores only form in yellow rank or higher monsters, and they're worth a fortune. This man killed a high-level magic beast as a side quest, and is handing me the loot like it's a souvenir keychain. My baby's daddy is so strong, I gushed, looking at him with maximum sparkle eyes. His face went tomato red. Even if you weren't pregnant, I'd still take care of you forever. Whatever you want to eat, I'll get it. I leaned into his chest. He slowly wrapped his arms around me like he was holding the entire universe.
Okay.
I'll admit it, that was
nice.
My eating went back to normal after the 7-star red fruit. 1 piece of jerky, 1 cup of milk, done. Which freaked Dad out because he thought pregnant women should be eating like elephants. Yen, are you sure you're pregnant? Yes, Dad. The spiritual fruit fixed my appetite. Maybe eat a little more? I don't trust that 1 plant can replace actual food. He still thought I was eating wild animal food and couldn't wrap his head around it. I asked Dad about Zulu's marrying situation. Was it real, or was he just playing around? Oh, it's very real, Dad said. The rabbit chief even summoned me to ask about it. He's actually okay with Zulu joining our family. Said once you give Zulu a child, they'll hold a proper wedding. That's nice. He also said that if you can't have children, Zulu can take Rona as a second wife to do the baby making instead. Ah, there it is. The rabbit chief's backup plan. If the broken fertility stone girl can't deliver, swap in the chief's daughter. Classic political move. He's got some nerve, I muttered, stretching lazily. I'm gonna check on the stall. Dad tried to stop me. Rest, you might be pregnant, but I waved him off. The real reason I wanted to visit the stall was business. See, I designed a pair of leather boots. Back on Earth, I worked in a shoe factory. I know footwear, patterns, construction, the whole deal. I drew up detailed blueprints, broke down every component, and showed Xiao Luo. That boy is gifted with his hands. One look at my designs and he figured it out, spending a full day crafting me a custom pair. They were gorgeous, comfortable, well-fitted, and stylish. The first proper shoes anyone in the Western Territories had ever seen. I told Xiao Luo to forget hunting and become a full-time bootmaker instead. Dad was thrilled. Any job that doesn't involve his son fighting wild animals? Approved. Xiao Luo had taken 10 pairs to the stall this morning. I wanted to see if they sold. Walking through the village, I noticed everyone staring at me, like, intensely. I checked myself, plain reddish-brown clothes, nothing weird. Except the leather boots, which were admittedly eye-catching since nobody here had ever seen proper footwear before. The stairs were getting creepy, so I pulled up my system map. Within 100 meters, I could see and hear everyone. Oris kids are something else. The son makes gorgeous boots, and the daughter landed the rabbit tribe's strongest warrior. That family's going places. Wish I had married off my daughter already. I'd have made an alliance with the Milutes for sure. Oh, they weren't judging me. They were envious. The Miluta family was becoming the hot new thing in town. I arrived at the stall to find it mobbed. People were crowding around like it was a Black Friday sale. Zulu spotted me and pushed through the crowd. Your boot idea is a hit. Everyone wants custom-fitted pairs. They're fighting over who gets measured first. Poor Xiao Luo was about to have the busiest month of his life. Hungry, Zulu reached out and took my hand.
Just
Grabbed it. Naturally. Like it was the most normal thing in the world. I looked down at our hands. His was big, dry, warm. Mine was small and cool. They fit together annoyingly well.
yeah.
I want fresh fruit. Let's go to Old Wolf's Tavern. He has fresh fruit wine. I have a baby on board. No alcohol. He glanced at my still flat stomach. I could practically see the doubt forming. He'd asked other fathers about pregnancy odds. Apparently, only super upper-class fertility females get pregnant on the first try. Everyone else takes months or years. He was starting to wonder if this was a phantom pregnancy, wanting it so badly that I imagined the symptoms. But he didn't push it. Okay, no tavern then. We can still go. I'll eat fruit, you drink. Easy. He smiled and we walked hand in hand down the village path. His heart was doing backflips. I could tell by how carefully he held my hand, like it might disappear. Meanwhile, my heart was doing something else entirely, because my system map was open. 30 meters behind us. A jewelry stall. A slightly plump female, holding a beast-tooth necklace, pretending to shop. But she wasn't looking at necklaces. She was staring at me, specifically at my hand, the one wrapped in Zulus. And those eyes?
Pure, concentrated, laser focused jealousy.
Because nothing says perfect date like being secretly stalked by a woman who wants your man. Can I have one nice moment in this world? Just one? Without someone plotting, scheming, or glaring daggers at me from behind a jewelry display. Apparently not. I recognized the stalker immediately. Rona Resh, the tribe chief's daughter. Upper-class fertility. The one who'd been eyeing Lin Lang at my ceremony and was now apparently targeting Zulu. Her plan? She'd heard Zulu killed the legendary two-headed wolf in Qingmu Plains and decided, that man is mine. She'd even borrowed aphrodisiac drugs from Ashley. Yep, the same trick Ashley used on Lin Lang. These women share tactics like it's a group chat. Hey girl, that roofie recipe worked great on my husband. Want some for yours? And me? She despised me. A skinny, fertility-less nobody who kept stealing the men she wanted using nothing but a pretty face. First Lin Lang, now Zulu. In her eyes, I was the worst kind of thief, an effortless one. She shot me one last death glare, bought the necklace she was pretending to shop for, and left. I tracked her on my system map until she was out of range, then filed her under threats to monitor. Zulu, do you know Rona Resh, chief's daughter? Met her twice. She has upper-class fertility. He shrugged like I'd told him the weather. So? The rabbit tribe has plenty of high-fertility females. If I only cared about offspring, I could find super upper-class ones easily. Then, what do you care about? I'm not like other males. I don't obsess over heirs. But males without children get looked down on in the tribe, right? I thought of poor Xiao Luo, always excluded from hunting parties because he had no kids and low talent. Who would dare look down on me? Zulu said with the energy of a man who has never lost a fight in his life. Fair point. So when I have your baby, you'll raise it? I asked. He looked at my impossibly thin waist, barely one hand's grip, and my fragile frame, and his expression shifted to genuine worry. Yen, I don't need children. You don't have to force yourself. With your body. Giving birth could be life-threatening. Too late, genius. I'm already pregnant. I rolled my eyes. And Dad told me the rules. In every tribe, males raise the kids. Females just deliver. If you give me a child, I wouldn't just raise it. I'd worship it like an ancestor. But it has to be from you. If anyone else offered to bear my children, I'd rather go extinct. Something in my chest did a tiny flip. Just a small one. Barely noticeable. A ripple on a very calm lake. Moving on. We arrived at Old Wolf's Tavern, an open-air shack full of beastmen drinking and chatting. 0 females. So when I walked in, every single head turned. Shock. Awe. Curiosity. The full buffet of reactions. I introduced myself politely, and Old Wolf was so charmed he gave us everything on the house. Manners continue to be my secret superpower in a world that has never encountered them. I was nibbling yellow berries that tasted like pineapple. Delicious. Must buy more. When someone burst into the tavern screaming, "The shaman's granddaughter is having a difficult birth. She can't deliver." I froze mid-chew. Ashley. In labor.
I can't get the baby out.
They can only save one mother or child. The crowd erupted. But she has super upper-class fertility. How can this happen? High fertility means easy pregnancy, not easy delivery. Childbirth is dangerous for every female. I went and asked the messenger for details. About 2 hours ago, they'd already sent for the rabbit tribe shaman for help. I rubbed my wrist. My nervous habit when I'm debating something I know I'll regret. Because here's the thing. Ashley lied about me being dead. She drugged Lin Lang to steal him. She was, by every measure, my enemy. And she was dying. Xiao Mei, do you have anything for difficult births? Yes. Smooth delivery pill. 50 points. 50 points. That's 50 days of my lifespan. For a woman who sabotaged my relationship and told everyone I was eaten by wolves. I rubbed my wrist harder. Where does the shaman live? I asked. Zulu raised an eyebrow. What are you doing? Going to check on her. We're from the same tribe. He took me there. The shaman's home was a massive natural cave with running water and flowers, basically a beast world mansion. The beast god temple was right next to it, with a big open area where dozens of tribe members were already gathered, praying for Ashley's safe delivery. I found Shava, the friendly chubby girl from the ceremony, and asked her to tell Ashley I wanted to visit. Ashley said yes. But the shaman? Grom came out of the temple, saw me, and her face turned to stone. Who let you in here? She spat. In her mind, this was partly my fault. Lin Lang never stopped thinking about me, never cared for Ashley properly, and the emotional stress during pregnancy caused the complications. Honestly, she wasn't entirely wrong about that. But I wasn't the one who drugged Lin Lang and faked my death, so the sympathy well was running pretty dry. Ashley asked to see me, I said calmly. Shava backed me up. It's true, she did. Then a midwife stumbled out of the birthing room with blood-soaked hands.
Shaman.
It's getting worse. Grom forgot about me instantly and rushed inside. I paused for 1 second. Thought about the 50 points. Thought about Ashley lying about my death. Thought about the baby inside her, who didn't choose any of this. Then I followed the shaman in and bought the smooth delivery pill from the system store. Because apparently, I'm the kind of idiot who spends 50 days of her own life saving the woman who tried to ruin it. Ashley was giving birth in her mouse form. Apparently, that's how all beast women do it. I did not know this. When I had my leopard baby, the system made me deliver in human form. Which means the system actually did me a huge favor, because imagine pushing out a baby as a palm-sized mouse. The proportions alone would be a war crime. You came, Ashley whispered, lying on blood-soaked fur blankets, barely conscious. I walked to her bedside. She was a gray-blue rat the size of a large cat, surrounded by way too much blood. Then she did something I wasn't expecting.
She apologized. I'm sorry.
After the magic beast attack, Lin Lang asked me to go find you outside the village. I never went. I lied and said you were eaten. I shouldn't have deceived everyone. I'm sorry. She genuinely believed her difficult birth was karma. Divine punishment for what she did to me. The shaman turned away. Couldn't even look at her granddaughter in this state. I stepped closer and held Ashley's little mouse paw. It was almost the same size as my hand. You and Lin Lang are married now. You're lifetime partners. And I have Zulu. He treats me well. I heard. I'm happy for you. Zulu is a good male. Her eyes were going unfocused. She knew she was running out of time. I probably won't make it through this. Thank you for forgiving me. Her head dropped. She passed out. Now or never. I leaned in close and in one smooth motion, wiped my palm across her mouth. The smooth delivery pill, tiny as a soybean, slipped between her lips and into her mouth. Nobody saw it. Sleight of hand learned from years of. Honestly, I don't know where I learned that, but it worked. Ashley, wake up. You have babies to deliver. Don't fall asleep. I shook her gently. The shaman shoved me aside, so hard I stumbled. Ashley. She rushed to check on her granddaughter, looking like she'd aged 10 years in 10 minutes. Shava caught me before I fell.
Careful, ai fine.
Get clean blankets ready. We need to help her deliver. Shava didn't move. Everyone in the room could see Ashley was done for. Why bother? I grabbed a clean fur blanket myself and swapped out the blood-soaked one underneath Ashley. And then the pill kicked in. Ashley suddenly gasped, took one huge breath, screamed, AHH, and out came 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baby mice, each wrapped in their birth membranes.
5.
In one go. Just like that. The room went silent. Then chaos. Come help me, I yelled at Shava, who was standing there with her mouth open. The shaman pushed past everyone. I'll do it. She took over with shaking hands, unwrapping each tiny squeaking mouse baby. I stepped back, having absolutely zero clue how to handle newborn rat children, and found myself looking directly at the doorway. Lin Lang was standing there. I don't know how long he'd been watching. His face was a hurricane of emotions, guilt, relief, confusion, and something aimed at me that I chose not to examine too closely. I smiled warmly. Ashley just had 5 babies. Come see them. He started walking toward me. I immediately stepped back and pointedly looked toward Ashley on the birth bed, who was staring at Lin Lang with desperate, hopeful eyes. 1 girl, for boys, all healthy and strong, the shaman announced, practically glowing. Beast God be praised. Lin Lang stopped mid-step. His gaze shifted to the tiny squeaking bundles that shared his blood. He wasn't moving fast enough. I walked up behind him and pushed him toward his wife.
Go.
Look at Ashley. She nearly died bringing your children into this world. You'd better treat her right. Then I turned to Ashley. Congratulations on a safe delivery. I'm heading home to prepare a gift. I'll visit again soon. No gift needed, Ashley said. And here's the wild thing. She looked amazing. Not pale, not weak. Rosy cheeks, bright eyes. That pill was worth every single one of those 50 points. You coming here was gift enough. My wallet was crying, but my conscience was clean. Thank you, Lin Lang said behind me, voice cracking. I nodded and walked out. Zulu was waiting outside. The second I reached him, his hand found mine. Let's go home. Yeah. Then ding, the system lit up my brain like a slot machine hitting jackpot. Congratulations.
Hidden merit quest triggered.
Merit gift package awarded. 100 bonus points. System storage auto-expanded by 10 cubic meters, 50 pounds of fine salt, 30 pounds of sugar, 1 cotton bedding. Set 3 cases of instant noodles, 1 case of compressed biscuits, 5 pounds of soybeans, 10 cans of fruit preserves, 20 pounds of rice, 10 large jugs of purified water. Instant noodles,
Rice.
sugar. I nearly tripped over my own feet. The system has hidden quests? And they're triggered by doing good deeds related to childbirth? I just spent 50 points on Ashley's pill and got back 100 plus a care package that included instant ramen. I'm not just breaking even. I'm profiting from being a decent person. This changes everything. Every pregnant woman in Beast World is now a potential quest objective. Why are you smiling like that? Zulu asked. I stood on my tiptoes and kissed him on the cheek. Ashley had 5 healthy babies. I'm happy for her. That kiss short-circuited his entire system.
So,
Should we, try again tonight? He didn't want more kids. He wanted to do the thing that makes kids. There's a difference, and his face was making it very clear which one he meant. I checked with the system. Shao Mei, is it safe during pregnancy? The pregnancy pill protects the fetus. Physical activity is not only safe but beneficial for delivery. Well then, sure, I said. Zulu scooped me up and sprinted to his place because it was closer. I didn't come home until the next afternoon, walking like a newborn deer. Zulu's stamina should be classified as a natural disaster. Dad saw me wobble in and immediately understood. Welcome back. Hungry, not hungry. Thirsty. Got milk, kitchen. Zulu showed up minutes later carrying an entire live cow on his shoulder. Father-in-law, where should I put this? Dad's eyes sparkled. A dairy cow. Now Yen Yen can have fresh milk every day. This man went out and acquired livestock, so I'd never run out of my favorite drink. Husband 2 is operating at maximum efficiency. While they sorted out a cow pen, I finally had a moment to examine my hidden quest rewards. I pulled out the 5 pounds of soybeans and held them like gold.
Soybeans.
In Beast World, do you understand what this means?
Soy milk.
Tofu.
Soy sauce. Eventually.
I was holding the building blocks of an entire culinary revolution in my hands. Zulu walked in and saw me cradling beans with an expression of pure love. Yen Yen, he had no idea he was about to witness the birth of bean cuisine in the Western Territories. Zulu, come look at this. I held up a single round yellow soybean. He walked over, sniffing the air. Smells good. What is it? A soybean. It's a seed. Then this man did something that made my brain short-circuit. He touched the bean with a tiny wisp of green wood element energy, and the soybean started growing. Right there in his palm. It sprouted, grew leaves, flowered, produced pods, and ripened, an entire life cycle in 30 seconds. Like a nature documentary on fast forward. I stood there with my mouth hanging open. How did you do that? Wood and water dual talent, he said, like it was nothing. Do you understand what this means? I have 5 pounds of soybeans and a husband who can speed grow crops like a botanical cheat code. I don't need a farm, I need him. We could have unlimited soybeans. Unlimited tofu. I was looking at the foundation of an agricultural empire standing in my kitchen, casually sprouting legumes. I plucked the mature beans from the plant, then lit the leftover stalks with my fire talent. The flames danced bright and dangerous. Don't worry about your fire being low-level, he said, staring at me with those intense eyes. I'll take care of you. And there it was. That look. The one that says, you are my entire world. I've seen that look before. On my own face. Back on Earth, aimed at a rich, pretty boy who treated love like a game and me like a toy. I gave him everything. Heart, soul, the works, and got betrayed and murdered for it. That's literally why I'm here. The system offered me rebirth in exchange for becoming a baby factory, and I said yes because my heart was already dead. No capacity for love left. Just survival math. Zulu's eyes looked exactly like mine used to, and that terrified me. Don't care about me too much, I said quietly, looking away. I'm not worth it. I walked out of the kitchen. He stood there, confused, wondering what he did wrong. The answer was nothing. He did nothing wrong. I'm just broken. I couldn't give him my heart, so I gave him everything else. All the tricks and techniques I'd learned back on Earth trying to please that worthless man, I used them all on Zulu instead. He experienced things that made his ancestors blush in the afterlife. A few days later, my belly inflated like a balloon.
Fast.
Visibly, undeniably pregnant. Everyone who doubted me? Vindicated. Zulu, who had been enthusiastically celebrating with me for the past week, now he was panicking. All that wild activity while she was pregnant? His intestines were turning green with regret. He bolted back to the rabbit tribe to grab their shaman. But first, the rat tribe shaman Grom showed up at my door. Uninvited. With gifts. This woman, who glared at me at the ceremony, who shoved me aside during Ashley's delivery, who blamed me for Ashley's difficult birth, was now sitting in my living room smiling at me like I was her favorite granddaughter. Is my baby okay? I asked carefully.
Perfectly fine.
Active, strong, growing beautifully. She was practically glowing with warmth. Personality transplant? Alien possession? Nope, just beast world priorities. A pregnant female is sacred. I went from worthless skinny girl to precious national treasure the moment my belly popped. Xiao Luo asked the obvious question, but the fertility stone didn't react to my sister at all. How is she pregnant? Grom waved it off. She's a unique variant, an adult who's still tiny in beast form. She's a special case. The stone simply couldn't read her. That's what I said at the ceremony. Word for word. Maybe I'm so fertile the stone can't handle it, but I know, back then I was impudent and disrespectful. Now suddenly it's, she's simply too special to measure. I see how it is, Grandma. When she delivers, I'll personally serve as midwife, Grom declared. Full VIP treatment. She even refused Dad's gift bag on the way out. She left. And literally 30 seconds later, Zulu came sprinting and dragging the rabbit tribe's shaman behind him like a worried father hauling a doctor to the ER. So I got examined twice in one morning. 2 shamans. 2 confirmations. Baby is perfect. Pregnancy is textbook. Zulu finally exhaled for the first time in days. After the rabbit shaman left, he found me lying in bed, half asleep, and guilt was radiating off him like heat from a bonfire.
Yen Yen.
I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have been so. I opened my eyes and smiled. I look skinny, but I'm tougher than I look. Baby's fine. I swear on my life I'll be good to you. Forever. I patted my stomach. Your child says it wants tender deer loin. He was out the door before I finished the sentence. That man is Pavlov's hunting dog. I say, meat, and he runs. Xiao Luo brought me milk and congratulated me on the pregnancy. Congrats to you too, uncle-to-be, I grinned. Now hurry up and find yourself a wife. With my weak talent and skinny body? No female would want me. You can't catch a wife sitting at home moping. Girls don't blow in on the wind. And if one does show up uninvited, she's probably up to no good. I know. Let's focus on your baby first. Wait, you do like girls, right? I had to ask. With a 20-to-1 male-to-female ratio, certain arrangements were common in the tribe. Xiao Luo's face went completely flat. My orientation is perfectly normal, thank you. Dad walked in with salted jerky and dropped a bombshell. Son, the rabbit tribe shaman arranged for a rabbit tribe girl to go fruit picking with you in Qingmu Plains tomorrow. Upper medium fertility. Very nice girl. Don't blow it. Xiao Luo's face went from flat to crimson in 0 seconds. I reached under my pillow, pulled out a lipstick and a compact mirror, 3 points from the system store, money well spent, and pressed them into his hand. If you like her tomorrow, give her these. He stared at the lipstick like it was an alien artifact. Which, in this world, it basically was. My brother was going on his first date tomorrow, armed with the only cosmetics in the entire Western Territories. The Miluta family upgrade continues. Pregnant sister, lovesick rabbit warrior husband, budding shoe empire, and now a potential rabbit tribe sister-in-law. From starving mouse girl to beast world dynasty founder, in under 2 months. Not bad. What is this? Can I eat it? Xiao Luo stared at the lipstick like a confused puppy. Definitely not. I pulled out my own set, compact mirror and lipstick, and gave them a live demonstration. Opened the mirror, twisted the lipstick, 1 swipe across my lips. Instant glow up. My face went from pretty to weapon of mass destruction. This is a makeup mirror, shows your full reflection. This is lipstick, makes girls prettier. If she doesn't know how to use it, send her to me. I handed the set to my stunned brother. Dad grabbed the mirror and nearly jumped out of his skin seeing his own face in perfect clarity. This is also from your Eastern friend. Yep. Totally common stuff over there. The beauty of the East being unreachable is that I can blame literally anything on my imaginary friend and nobody can fact-check me. Even if they did, what are they gonna do? Cross a lava chasm? Also, bring some jerky on your date. People relax when they're eating. Makes everything less awkward. Xiao Luo stood there looking like a deer caught in torchlight. The boy had never been within flirting distance of a female in his life. Meanwhile, deep in the Qingmu Plains forest, something sinister was happening that I wouldn't learn about until later. A massive snake, red and black, dozens of meters long, with blood-red eyes like a demon, was gliding through the trees. Then it transformed into a man wearing a skull mask and dark robes, with red and black hair tied with a silver chain. Red eyes gleaming behind the mask. Lazy. Dangerous. The kind of guy who radiates, I will murder you and look bored doing it. He sensed fighting somewhere nearby and vanished. I was napping when I jolted awake, heart pounding. Something was wrong. Deeply, instinctively wrong.
Dad.
Xiao Luo. They both dropped everything and ran to me. Both fine. Safe. Then it had to be, is Zulu back yet? Not yet. Weird, actually, he's usually fast, Xiao Luo said. Dad waved it off. Probably just hunting extra because he's excited. I shouldn't have said I wanted deer loin. Then the courtyard gate creaked open. Xiao Luo ran out.
Zulu.
You're back. He was carrying 3 live deer on his shoulders. Dad's eyes nearly popped out.
Even he was impressed.
I came outside, saw Zulu, saw the deer, exhaled with relief. You don't have to hunt personally every time. You have a mountain of coins, just buy meat from other hunters. What's the point of being rich if you act like you're broke? Zulu walked up to me, looked down at my face like he was seeing it for the first time, then his gaze slowly dropped to my swollen belly. He stared for a long moment, then smiled. Satisfied. Expectant. But something felt off. A chill crept up my spine, like being watched by something cold-blooded. Like prey being evaluated by a predator wearing a familiar face. I blinked. Looked again. Same old Zulu. Warm. Bright. Sunshine smile that could melt glaciers. Pregnancy paranoia?
Probably.
Hormones make you crazy.
Right?
That night, I had a nightmare. Thick black fog wrapped around me like chains, squeezing tighter and tighter until I couldn't breathe. I woke up gasping. Zulu was already awake beside me. Wide awake. Not a trace of sleepiness. What's wrong? His voice was low, husky, different from his usual tone.
Deeper.
Almost. Seductive in a way that felt wrong. But the fear from my nightmare melted away, replaced by a sudden, irrational wave of desire. My brain went fuzzy. I licked my lips. The baby's doing great, I said, placing my hand on his leg. Then I started sliding it upward. Very slowly. Very deliberately. Want to? He raised an eyebrow. You can do that right now. Special constitution. It actually helps with delivery. His breathing slowed. Deep in his eyes, a flash of red flickered and vanished. Are you sure? I was mid-blink and missed it. Very sure. He smiled. Long, pale fingers traced my face slowly, studying every curve. Let's wait until after you give birth. No rush. Wait.
What?
Zulu, the man whose stamina nearly killed me, the man who needed 2 recovery pills worth of enthusiasm, the man who literally carried me to the nearest room the first chance he got, was saying no? I went for the kiss instead. Pushed myself up and pressed my lips to his. And froze. His lips were cold. Not warm and soft like before. Cool and thin like kissing marble. Are you feeling okay? I pulled back. Fine. He patted my back gently. Sleep. I'm heading out early tomorrow. The guys and I are hunting magic beasts. They've been pouring out of the deep forest lately. I've heard. Be careful. I might not be around much for a while, but I'll be here when you give birth. Promise. Okay. I curled into his arms and drifted back to sleep. What I didn't see. The moment I closed my eyes, Zulu looked down at me, and his pupils turned completely, fully, blood red. That was not Zulu.
That was not
Zulu. 5 days passed. My belly was enormous and the babies inside were throwing a full rave, kicking, punching, doing somersaults. Non-stop activity. Given that my body's birth mother had 9 kids in one go, I was terrified of what was cooking in there. Ashley, now in shaman training and surprisingly becoming a decent friend, was doing my prenatal checkups. She came by almost daily, radiating new mom happiness. You still have 2 days to go. You don't need to come every day. I laughed. With your special constitution? If those baby rats of mine didn't need me, I'd be sleeping on your floor watching you like a hawk. How's Lin Lang? Not helping with the kids. I never avoided mentioning Lin Lang around Ashley. Being cagey would only create suspicion. Talking about him casually? Much healthier for everyone. He's out killing magic beasts with the joint rat-rabbit hunting squad. Comes home past midnight. Not much help with childcare. She shrugged, but she seemed content. They'd settled into a respectful partnership. Meanwhile, my real Zulu was somewhere out there, and something wearing his face had been sleeping next to me for 5 days. And I still didn't know. But the nightmares? The cold lips? The red flash in his eyes? The predator watching prey feeling? My subconscious was screaming. I just wasn't listening. At least your husband comes home, I said to Ashley. Mine has been a ghost for 5 days. Something had been bugging me about Zulu. Ever since he came back with those 3 deer, his warmth just evaporated. The man who wanted to be glued to my side 24/7 suddenly couldn't be bothered to show up. Radio silence. 0 visits. Not even a hey, how's the enormous belly doing? Ashley's face did a thing when I mentioned Zulu. A complicated, guilty, I know something you don't think. What? I caught it instantly. She took a breath. I think you should know, so you can prepare yourself. Rona has been doing logistics work for the Magic Beast Hunting Squad. She and Zulu have been spending a lot of time alone together. It hasn't gone all the way yet, but she didn't need to finish. Dry wood near open flame. Only a matter of time. Rona, the chief's daughter, who was stalking me at the jewelry stall. The one who borrowed aphrodisiac drugs from Ashley to trap Zulu. That Rona was now alone with my husband in the forest every day. But here's the thing, something didn't add up. Zulu liked beautiful women. That was his whole deal. He fell for me because of my face, same way Lin Lang did. Rona? Not his type. Not even close. Unless he suddenly developed political ambitions? Marrying the Rat Chief's daughter would give him massive leverage for inheriting the Rabbit Chief position. But that also didn't sound like Zulu. The man abandoned his entire family and tried to move into a cave with me. He's not a power player. None of this made sense. I'll set him straight when he gets back, I told Ashley, to put her at ease. But right now, baby first. Exactly. That's what matters most. She looked relieved. I've been holding this in for days. Didn't want to stress you before delivery, but I also couldn't let it get worse without warning you. Ashley, I grew up wandering alone. I've survived worse than a flirty husband. This won't break me. She shifted to lighter topics, her 5 baby mice and their adorable chaos. I laughed in the right places, but my mind was elsewhere. I opened my system map later and caught Zulu approaching the village. Watched him walk through the streets carrying armloads of fresh game, stopping to chat with neighbors, smiling at everyone. And his smile was wrong. It was a mask. Pretty, polished, and completely hollow. Like someone who'd studied how humans smile, but didn't understand why they do it. The old Zulu was genuine to his core. That sincerity was what made me choose him, what made me decide his yellow rank babies were worth carrying. Now, he looked like an actor playing a part he didn't care about. My stomach cramped. Labor pains. The babies were coming. I turned around calmly, still chewing jerky because priorities exist. Dad, I'm going to lie down. Send Xiao Luo to get Ashley. I asked at time. Dad had been counting down the days on his fingers. Today was the due date. Yep, he practically launched Xiao Luo out the door. Normally, women deliver at the shaman's birthing chamber. But I couldn't let anyone see me giving birth in human form. That would blow my cover as a normal beast person. So, I'd arranged with Ashley to deliver at home. Zulu walked in with his haul of game right as Dad was frantically boiling water, terrified of the fire but doing it anyway because I demanded sterilized water and clean instruments. Alcohol-wiped knife for the umbilical cord. Boiled cloths. This was going to be the first hygienic birth in Western Territory history. Zulu came to my room. I was already sweating, contractions rolling through me in waves. Having done this once before, I knew screaming was pointless. Save energy for when it actually counts. He handed me a 7-star red fruit. Found this while hunting. Might help. Not right now. My face was scrunched in pain, which apparently gave me a fragile beauty look.
Cool.
Glad my suffering is aesthetic. He wiped the sweat from my forehead. Does it hurt a lot? Why don't you try pushing out a litter and find out? I glared at him, then looked at the water. I'm thirsty. He poured me a cup. I drank. Then he said, I'll go check on your father. And he left, just like that. His wife was in labor, and he walked out like it was a coffee break. The old Zulu would have had to be dragged out of this room. He'd have been hovering, panicking, holding my hand so tight he'd cut off circulation. This Zulu just left. I closed my eyes. Xiao Mei, how long until delivery? 6 hours. 6? Why so long? Every pregnancy is different. 6 hours is normal. You can use a smooth delivery pill to speed things up. No. Natural birth is fine. Then the system added something unexpected. Reminder, after delivery, the host can conceive again with the same beast husband for another offspring. You never mentioned that before. Why now? Silence.
Classic Xiao Mei.
Drops a bombshell and then goes AFK, like she's got somewhere better to be. Have another baby with Zulu? A week ago, I might have considered it. More babies, more points, same reliable father.
But now?
After learning about Rona? After his strange behavior, cold lips, hollow smiles, and red flash eyes? Something inside me that had been quietly, reluctantly warming up to Zulu went cold. I'm not made of stone. I never loved him. I couldn't. My heart died on earth. But he got close. The way he fought wolves for my fruit. Abandoned his family for me. Called me Yen Yen, like the word itself was precious. All of that had been slowly, stubbornly melting the ice around my chest. And Rona snuffed it out. Or whatever was pretending to be Zulu snuffed it out. Because deep down, in a place I wasn't ready to examine yet, I knew something was fundamentally wrong with the man sleeping beside me. Ashley arrived at the house, spotted Zulu in the courtyard, and her worried expression hardened into something fierce. She marched right up to him. Rona is a jealous, selfish, spoiled brat who has never shared anything in her life. Su Yan is an exceptional woman who is about to give you children. Think very carefully about what you should be doing and what you should not be touching. She said it right to his face.
No sugar coating. No diplomacy.
I couldn't see his reaction from inside, but I heard it in the silence that followed. The real Zulu would have been mortified, would have sworn on his life, would have run to my bedside begging forgiveness. This Zulu said nothing, and that silence told me everything. I'll be more careful, Zulu said to Ashley in the flattest tone imaginable, then held the door open for her and waited outside like a hotel bellboy instead of, oh, I don't know, the father of the children being born right now. Ashley came in and found me drenched in sweat, gripping the fur blankets like they owed me money. Why aren't you in beast form? Human birth is easier for delivery, but recovery takes forever, she said, handing me water. I chugged it. My beast form is the size of your palm. The babies would come out microscopic. Fair point. But I've never delivered a human form birth before, so we're winging this. Wing away. I trust you. Rain started pounding outside. Light drizzle turned into a full downpour, puddles forming everywhere. My contractions matched the weather, started gentle, then got absolutely brutal. Between waves of pain, I thought about my first baby. The little black leopard I never got to see. Was his dad taking good care of him? Was he warm?
Fed?
Did he have his mother's eyes?
Stop it, Su Yan.
Focus. Ashley checked my progress. Almost there. I'm really curious. Will these be little bunnies, little mice, or actual human babies? Probably bunnies and mice. And the second I thought about my soon-to-be-born children, something clicked in my brain.
Hard.
This is a mission. A game. Every man in this world is an NPC.
A tool.
A means to an end. Points equal days alive. 100 million points gets me home to Earth. Home to the mother who raised me. Home to being human again. Don't fall in love. Don't get attached. Don't mourn what you can't keep. The Zulu situation? Suddenly crystal clear. He's yellow rank. Yellow rank babies earn decent points, but nothing spectacular. If I want to stop being a professional baby factory, I need higher talent fathers. Way higher. I need to go east. I can't afford to waste time being jealous of Rona or heartbroken over a husband who may or may not be himself anymore. I have 100 million points to earn and a finite lifespan measured in accumulated credits. Every day I spend here is a day I'm not earning enough to go home.
Push.
Now, Ashley commanded. I grabbed the blankets, sucked in one massive breath, and gave it everything. One strangled cry. Then my belly emptied, and the world went black. Outside the door, Zulu heard my voice and glanced in. His eyes flickered with surprise. I was in human form, not a mouse. He'd expected me to shift. He stepped inside, curious whether the babies were human too. Ashley beamed at him. Congratulations. 2 girls and 1 boy. Thank you. He picked up one tiny baby bunny that fit in his palm. A red flash crossed his eyes, invisible to Ashley but very present, and he muttered under his breath. What a womb. Fire and water dual element. Mystic rank. He could read the baby's talent just by holding it. The real Zulu cannot do that. What did you say? Ashley asked. Nothing. Let me see the other 2. The girls were both wood element, blue rank. Not high, but in a world where females never have talents, 2 gifted daughters were priceless. He examined all 3 children's abilities and looked back at my unconscious body with an expression that said, "This woman's reproductive system is a goldmine. I knew none of this." I was in system limbo. When you pass out after birth, the system freezes your life timer and pulls your consciousness into a void where Xiao Mei reads you your loot like a casino dealer. Congratulations, host. Child 2, female. Blue-gray rabbit. Wood element, blue rank. Reward, 150 points. Child 3, female. Blue-white mouse. Wood element, blue rank. Reward, 150 points. Child 4, male. Blue-white rabbit. Water and fire dual element, mystic rank, boosted by golden marrow pill. Reward, 1,000 points. Plus gift package, 1,000 for the boy. The golden marrow pill came through huge. Dual element mystic rank from a yellow rank father? That pill is the best free item in the entire system. Xiao Mei, how many points for a red rank baby? The lowest tier, 50 points. And heaven rank, the highest, 100,000 points. 100,000 per baby. If I could find a heaven rank father, I'd only need 1,000 babies to reach my goal instead of
million.
The math finally made sense. Quality over quantity. 1 legendary father beats 100 mediocre ones. So, I need to find high talent. The system booted me out mid-sentence.
Rude. Suyan.
Wake up, Ashley was shaking me. Tired. Fell asleep. I mumbled, playing weak. I hadn't taken my recovery pill yet. Your breathing stopped. You scared me half to death. Oh, sorry about that. Never mind. Look at your babies. They're beautiful and healthy. She placed 3 tiny bundles of fur in my arms. 2 impossibly small baby animals and 1 slightly larger one. My children, who I made from my body. I stared at them and had to mentally chant, "They will turn into humans eventually. They will turn into humans. This is normal here." Zulu walked in with warm milk. "You did great, Yen Yen. Thanks. My job's done. The rest is your department. Fathers raise children in this world. I'm just the factory." I looked at him and thought about Xiao Mei's suggestion to have another baby with him. If I didn't find a better target soon, another Zulu baby was better than earning 0 points. As for Rona, that shameless woman knew he was taken and still threw herself at him. That's her problem. And her dignity in the gutter. But Zulu himself. Something was deeply, fundamentally off. Secrets behind those eyes. A mask where a smile should be. "Do you have enough milk to nurse?" Ashley asked, eyeing my still skinny chest with concern. I checked. Nothing.
No fullness whatsoever. Not yet.
But I have formula and bottles. Formula? Bottles. Right. Those don't exist here. They're in the kitchen. Zulu went to get them. Dad had been guarding that formula tin like it contained the secret to immortality. He came back with the shiny metal can marked 2.5 kg and the bottles. I washed my hands in hot water, secretly popped a recovery pill when nobody was looking, instant full-body restoration. I went from barely alive to ready for a marathon and turned around to prepare the formula.
And caught Zulu staring at me.
Red light flickered in his eyes. Not my imagination. Not pregnancy hormones. Not a trick of the firelight.
Red flash in his
pupils. Every alarm in my body fired at once, but I kept my face neutral, turned away, and started mixing formula. Whatever was wearing Zulu's face was watching me very, very carefully. And now it had seen my system formula, my recovery pill miracle, my human form birth, my baby's extraordinary talents. I was being studied, evaluated, catalogued by something that was not my husband. I smiled sweetly at Zulu, or whatever was wearing his face, and handed him the baby bottle. "Let me teach you how to make formula.
It's easy.
But raising 3 babies will eat into your monster hunting schedule. Raising cubs is a father's job. You rest." He said all the right words. Perfect script delivery. 0 soul behind it. Great. I cracked open the formula tin, and the most heavenly milk scent wafted through the room. Ashley practically teleported to my side. That smells incredible. It's from the East. Made from goat milk, for baby animals. I handed Zulu the bottle. Wash this first. He used his water element purification technique, and the bottle came back crystal clear. Handy talent, I admitted. At least whoever was impersonating my husband could still use his powers. I mixed the formula, hot water, measured scoops, roll the bottle between your palms to dissolve, and handed the finished product to Zulu. Got it? Yes. He touched the bottle, memorizing the temperature. Very methodical. Very clinical. Very not how a new father holds his firstborn's first meal. Ashley gave me a crash course in beast baby development. Rabbit babies grow teeth in 2 weeks, then eat soft meat. Mouse babies get teeth in 7 days. All of them fully weaned by 1 month. Every species on a different schedule, and I had both in the same litter. Parenting on hard mode. There's also a nursery, the Cub Garden, where professional caretakers raise babies. They even have wet nurses. My 5 are there, and they've already grown a full size bigger in 3 days. Will they take mine? There. Extremely tiny. They take all sizes. Check it out when you're feeling better. Tomorrow, I said. Because Suyen doesn't do bed rest. After Ashley left with a care package of salt and jerky, she tried to refuse. The political games began. The old rabbit chief heard about the birth, 2 girls, 1 boy, and was thrilled. He sent mountains of gifts immediately. With 1 small string attached, all 3 babies must carry the Diala family name. Zulu said nothing, just looked at me. Your call. I gave the old chief one. The eldest girl, the blue-gray bunny, would be a Diala. The other 2, Miluda, my family name, especially the little boy, who looked exactly like Zulu with those big pure eyes. I loved him instantly. The chief accepted the compromise and sent over an elderly female named Emma to help care for the babies. Emma had raised Zulu himself, and the moment she saw the baby boy, she gasped. He looks identical to Zulu as a cub. His talent must be extraordinary. Lady, you have no idea. Water-fire dual element, mystic rank. But I just smiled and nodded. I named my babies and started a family register, a leather-bound book for recording the Miluda clan's descendants. Very official, very dynastic. But when I picked up the pen, I left the first line blank. Started writing on the second. Father, Zulu Diala. Mother, Su Yen Miluda. Eldest daughter, Yushwan Diala. Second daughter, Yushishi Miluda.
Yun geste son, faisait minute.
Zulu picked up the register and noticed the empty first line. Why is there a gap? It's called white space. A writing technique. Translation. That line belongs to my firstborn. The black leopard cub, whose face I never saw. Whose father stole him before I woke up. He gets the first entry, even if I can't fill it in yet. This book has room for hundreds of names, Zulu observed. I looked him dead in the eyes. The Miluda family legacy will span 100 generations and echo through eternity. He stared at me. Also, aren't you supposed to be out hunting monsters? Why are you still home? The cleanup is basically done. Remaining beasts fled deep into the forest. Both chiefs called off the operation. Time for the tribes to rest and rebuild. So you're free now? I put the register away. He twirled a strand of my white hair around his finger. Want to make another batch of babies? I laughed lightly. No, his face actually glitched. A micro-expression of surprise he couldn't fully hide. He'd expected me to say yes. Whatever algorithm was running behind those eyes had calculated wrong. I'm going to visit Ashley at the shaman's place. Might be late. Take care of the kids. And I walked out without looking back. The second I cleared the front gate, my smile dropped like a stage curtain. I am now almost completely certain that the thing in my house is not Zulu. The evidence was overwhelming. The emotional distance. The changed habits. The cold indifference toward his own newborn children. The real Zulu said he'd worship any child I gave him like an ancestor. This Zulu looked at them like inventory items. The cold lips. The red eyes. The hollow smile. The weird ability to read baby talents by touch. Everything was wrong. Everything. Whatever was impersonating him had copied the body perfectly, right down to the mole on his lower back. But it couldn't fake the soul. I needed to find the real Zulu. But until then, I had to play along and not tip off the imposter. Deep in anxious thought, I was walking along the edge of the road when I bumped into something soft.
Sujan milute.
Do you not have eyes? I looked up. Of course. Rona. The road was wide enough for a parade, and I was hugging the edge. She was either standing in my path deliberately, or the universe has a truly sadistic sense of humor.
Sorry.
My fault, I said, because I did bump her. Rona's face twisted with venom. If I steal Zulu from you and I just say sorry, will you forgive that, Rona? Those are two completely different things. She stepped closer, getting in my face. I think they're the same thing. I walked around her. I'm going to the shaman's. If I hurt you when I bumped you, feel free to come along and get checked out. Don't think you can keep Zulu to yourself, she shouted at my back. A male that powerful can't belong to just one female. I stopped, turned around, looked her up and down with surgical precision. Full, curvy body, wide hips, round everything. By Beast World standards, she was built for maximum baby production. Males loved that shape, but that face. Round, freckled, double chin, flat nose, tiny eyes, rough, oily skin. Like someone assembled premium body parts and then let a toddler draw the head. I hit her with a kill shot. Even if Zulu left me, it would absolutely not be because of you. Then I gave her my most devastating smile. The one that made Old Wolf forget how to speak. The one that made Zulu abandon his entire family. Full power. Maximum wattage. Her jaw went slack. Even SHE was momentarily stunned by my face. You can't fight weapons-grade beauty with anger, Rona. The math doesn't work. I turned and kept walking, and as I did, the final piece clicked into place. Zulu is a face man. Always has been. He saw my face and lost his entire mind. Defied his father. Left his tribe. Gave up his inheritance. All because he couldn't resist a beautiful woman. And now this, Zulu, was flirting with Rona? The woman whose face could curdle milk at 50 paces? The real Zulu would rather go extinct than touch that. His words basically.
Fake.
Confirmed. 100%. Absolutely, categorically, without a shadow of a doubt. Not my husband. Now I just need to figure out who it is, where the real Zulu is, and how to survive living with an imposter who's very interested in my magical baby-making abilities. No pressure. Ashley put me to work the second I walked into the Beast God Temple. Finally, someone who can write. Get over here. She dragged me to a stone table buried under a chaotic mess of scribbled animal skin notes. The rat and rabbit tribes were throwing a joint celebration, a victory feast for clearing out the magic beasts, plus a housewarming party for the rats' new settlement. Every important family had contributed supplies, and someone needed to organize the disaster into a proper inventory list. That someone was now me. I picked up a feather quill, made from a bird called the blue court goose, dipped in a bluish-black ink ground from mineral stones and grass juice. These beast folk don't have ballpoint pens, but their ink doesn't fade. Respect. I sorted every scrap of hide by category, created a clean table format, and had the whole thing organized before Ashley came back. She took one look and nearly ascended to heaven. This is amazing. How did you do that? Teach me. She needs to go home. Zulu's voice cut in from the doorway. I looked up. Why are you here? Your father sent me. It's getting dark. He's worried about you walking alone. Ashley teased. Is it Oru who's worried or you? Both. Smooth answer. Perfect delivery. Ashley even got a little flustered looking at his face. She muttered something about understanding why Rona was obsessed with him. Then she leaned close to my ear. Watch your man. I glanced at Zulu's impossibly handsome face. Somehow even more bewitching than before. Like someone had turned up the attractiveness dial past its original setting. Every female in range would be drawn to that face. And probably a few males too. Got it, I told Ashley and we left. Walking home. I looked down at my empty hand. The real Zulu would have grabbed it immediately. His big, rough, warm palm wrapping around my small cold fingers. It was his thing. His reflex. Every single time we walked together. This Zulu let my hand dangle. The moon is really full tonight, I said, staring up at the sky while my heart sank like a stone. He wasn't looking at the moon.
He was looking at me.
I asked around. Rat tribe females can conceive again 3 days after giving birth. That's for beast form births. I delivered in human form. I need more time. Take your time. Recover fully first. You once told me. I stopped walking and looked directly into his eyes. He met my gaze. What? I almost said it. Almost quoted his words back to him. If you give me a child, I'd worship it like an ancestor. If anyone else offered, I'd rather go extinct. That's what the real Zulu said. And if this faker didn't remember. Never mind. I clasped my hands behind my back. Let's go home. I miss the babies. And I did miss them. Those little fur balls had grown on me fast. On Earth, people call their pets fur babies. Well, mine were actual babies who happened to be fur. Tiny, squeaking, impossibly soft bunny and mouse children. I was obsessed. Then Zulu suddenly grabbed my arm and yanked me against his chest. Hard. Rough. Nothing like his usual gentle touch. Finish what you were saying. What did I say before? What? My heart was hammering. The gentleness was completely gone. What did I tell you before? Say it. If you said it, shouldn't you remember? I held my ground against the crushing pressure of his aura. My voice stayed steady. Barely.
He laughed.
A cold, empty, ha. Then the intimidation vanished like a switch flipped. Or maybe you've told so many females you forgot which lines you used on which one, I added. How many females do I have? You'd know best. Maybe I'm just one of many. You haven't refused another pregnancy because your body isn't ready. You're refusing because you despise me. Am I right? That's a question for you to answer. I shoved him away and kept walking. A fireball flickered in my palm, visible, threatening a warning.
He stopped.
Stared at the fire, and his expression shifted to something calculating. So, that's why the cub has fire talent. You have fire abilities. What other secrets are you hiding? I was already walking away, but my upgraded system map, 200 points for the premium version, worth every coin, showed me his face in crystal clear high definition. Every micro-expression. Every twitch. He didn't know about my fire talent. The real Zulu already knew. He watched me light cooking fires with my fingertips. He ate food-eyed flame-roasted. He knew.
Fake. Fake. Fake.
Absolutely, irrefutably fake. And he'd been staying close to me to figure out my secrets. My fire talent. My mysterious babies with impossible talent levels. My recovery speed. My formula. He was harvesting information. He caught up in 3 long strides, stupid long legs, and casually mentioned, I hunted a red fox today. Want me to make you a fur scarf? Let it go. Foxes hold grudges. Already killed it. He reached out and took my hand. His grip was smooth and cold. Not warm. Not rough. Not Zulu. I shivered involuntarily. I looked up at him and, mistake, fell into a sea of crimson. His eyes were red. Deep, drowning, endless red. My consciousness was being pulled in like a whirlpool. Then snap. Reality. Back on the dirt road. Beast people walking past, waving at Zulu, making small talk. He smiled back at everyone perfectly.
Warm.
Friendly. Humble. The flawless performance of a man everyone trusted. If you weren't sleeping next to this thing every night, you'd never suspect. I was about to rip my hand free when I spotted a familiar figure approaching from ahead. Oh, for the love of Rona. Again. Carrying a stuffed leather bag, heading straight for us with the subtlety of a charging wild boar. She saw our clasped hands. Her eyes went from shock to volcanic jealousy in half a second. Then she shoved it all down and plastered on a smile so fake it could have peeled paint.
Zulu.
I was just thinking about you, and here you are. What a coincidence. She completely ignored my existence. Remember that mink fur you gave me? I made it into a coat. Try it on, see if it fits. She thrust the bag at him.
Hold on.
Back up. Rewind. He gave her fur? Mink fur? The premium stuff? I grabbed Zulu's arm and pulled him behind me, stepping directly in front of Rona. Face to face. Wife to homewrecker. He gave you mink fur. The real Zulu would never. The real Zulu said he'd rather go extinct than be with anyone else. The real Zulu was a face man who fell for beauty, and Rona's face was.
Well.
But this wasn't the real Zulu. This was an imposter who apparently had no taste standards and was handing out luxury pelts to whoever was convenient. One more item on the mountain of evidence. The prosecution rests, Your Honor. The defendant is a fraud. Rona opened her bag with the pride of a woman presenting a diamond ring. 6 perfect mink pelts. I made 2 coats. This one's for you, Zulu. I laughed. Lightly. Dangerously. Mink is more expensive than fox fur. I know this because my dad is literally one of the biggest fur dealers in the rat tribe. This woman was flaunting luxury goods she claimed my husband gave her. I turned to look at Zulu, with eyes that could cut glass. And he, to my complete shock, went ice cold on Rona. Didn't even glance at the coat. Miss Resch, you're mistaken. Those pelts were from my cousin. He asked me to deliver them to you. Many people witnessed this. You're giving the coat to the wrong man. Then he grabbed my hand and walked right past Rona's stunned, gaping face. I was almost as surprised as she was. Was it really your cousin? If you don't believe me, ask around. Xiao Luo was on my hunting squad. He saw the whole thing. I will ask Xiao Luo. Please do. He pulled me against him again, softer this time. I was about to resist, but my system map showed Rona behind us, staring at me with eyes full of pure, undiluted hatred. So I stayed put. Let her watch. Let her burn. Rona likes you, I stated. He chuckled quietly. Lots of females like me. Should I sleep with all of them? Knowing you males, you'd do anything for offspring. Fair point.
So.
Shall we make a litter tonight? No. And then, warning, host must not refuse reproduction requests from high-talent males. Next refusal will result in a 500-point deduction. Xiao Mei's mechanical voice hit me like a bucket of ice water. My eyes went so wide they nearly rolled out of my skull. Xiao Mei, reminder. Emotional decision-making is strictly prohibited by the childbirth system. The full horror of my situation crystallized in that moment. I finally understood why the system chose me. A woman with a dead heart. A woman who'd been betrayed so badly she'd never love again. The perfect baby-making host. No feelings to get in the way of production. And if I ever did develop feelings, if emotions made me refuse to breed, the system would terminate me and find a new host. A chill shot through my soul like lightning. I understand. I pulled out of the system. Zulu was staring at me. I'd been standing frozen, face white as paper. Are you okay? I walked forward in a daze, brain short-circuiting. But before we reached home, I stopped. I'm ready. Ready for what, babies? His eyebrows shot up. 2 minutes ago, I was an absolute wall of NO. Now, suddenly, yes? Even the imposter was confused. But here's my logic. Xiao Mei wouldn't personally threaten me unless this guy's talent was above yellow rank. Meaning he's stronger than the real Zulu. Better babies. More points. And here's the chess move. If I have his babies, their talents will prove he's not Zulu. You can't fake genetics. The children will expose him. Checkmate, faker. I thought your body wasn't recovered, he said cautiously. It's fine now. I turned and walked home, seething internally. The system had stolen my only weapon, the right to say no. At home, I buried everything behind a smile. Daddy, I'm back. Ashley says our whole family is invited to the celebration feast day after tomorrow. Perfect. I can network with Rabbit Tribe for merchants. Dad was thrilled. Emma, the elderly caretaker the rabbit chief sent, had dinner ready. Chilled tenderloin meat. Zulu had used his ice ability to refrigerate it. Okay, useful. Fresh fruit. Cold milk. She'd also cleaned the entire house spotless. Where'd you get ice? I popped a piece in my mouth. Water element freezing technique. Simple. He wiped my hands with a warm cloth. I'll get you some soft cotton handkerchiefs later. These rough ones aren't good enough for your skin. Where would you find cotton? I have a friend in the East, a Pung Bird Clan member. He can bring things over. A Pung Clan friend. From the East. The real Zulu never mentioned any Eastern connections. This was his contact. The imposter's own network, slipping through the mask. Speaking of Eastern friends, he said casually like it was small talk, you mentioned having one too. How did you meet? He was fishing. Probing. Interrogating me over dinner. Met him in the forest of Senator, he's from the leopard clan. I thought of my black leopard baby daddy and wondered how my firstborn was doing. What kind of leopard? A red flash, barely visible, streaked through his eyes. None of your business. I sip my milk. Male or female? Is your pung friend male or female? So would I ask a male. Did you mate with him? This guy was dangerous and smart. He deduced in 3 sentences that I'd had a child with a leopard beast man. My appetite evaporated. Enjoy your dinner. Tonight you're sleeping with the children. I stood up and left. Behind me, he picked up my unfinished milk and drained it in one gulp. I caught his murmur through my system map. Something about knowing a leopard who kept a cub close to him, guarding it like a treasure. He knew about my first baby's father. Or, at least suspected. What is this guy? I washed up, went to my room, locked the door, stripped down, turned into a tiny white mouse, and squeezed out through the ventilation window at the top of the cave. I perched on the roof edge and looked down into the courtyard. Xiao Luo and Dad were making boots. Zulu was cutting leather strips for them, the 3 of them working together in perfect harmony. Like a real family. Whoever this creature was, he had infiltrated my household so seamlessly that my own father and brother suspected nothing. He ate dinner with us, helped with chores, held the babies, charmed the neighbors, and played the perfect husband. And somewhere out there, the real Zulu was. Where? Alive? Dead? Trapped? I sat on the rooftop, a tiny white mouse under a big bright moon, watching a stranger wear my husband's face and wondering how much longer I could keep pretending I didn't know. From my rooftop perch, I watched Zulu suddenly freeze mid-leather cutting and tell Dad, "Father-in-law, I won't attend the celebration feast." Dad was confused. "But you and Lin Lang are the heroes. Everyone's expecting you. Yen Yen seems worried about me lately. So I'll just stay home, be a proper, faithful husband." He said it with a teasing smile, but his eyes were dead serious. He was performing, building sympathy, making my dad and brother think I was the unreasonable, controlling wife, so when he eventually made his move, they'd side with him. Dad frowned. "That's ridiculous. I'll talk some sense into her." "Please don't. I still want her to give me a second litter," Xiao Luo chimed in. "She can't just cage you. Staying home all day? That's crazy. I'm gonna lecture her too." I retreated back inside. These 2 idiots were falling right into his trap. He was isolating me from my own family's support, one sympathetic comment at a time. He probably already knew I suspected him. "Xiao Mei, what's his real talent? What beast is he?" Silence. Of course. The system wanted me to find out the old-fashioned way, by having his babies.
Fine. Fine.
You want to play hardball? Let's play. You want me to breed? I'll breed. I shifted to human form, lay on my bed, and said at normal volume toward the wall. "Come here."
Right now.
"I'll give you your babies." Out in the courtyard, Zulu dropped his leather knife and stood up like he'd been electrocuted. "I'll go check on Yen Yen. She might need water." Dad winked at him. "You go take care of her. Maybe don't come back tonight." Zulu gave an adorably shy smile. "Yes, father-in-law." Xiao Luo watched him practically skip inside. "Looks like I'm going to be an uncle again soon." Dad laughed. "Many children, strong clan. Your sister is doing great. Now you need to find a girl." Yeah. In my room, I was lying under my cotton comforter, another item that didn't exist in the Western territories, but at this point, what's one more impossible luxury to explain? If he already suspected my secrets, might as well be comfortable. He walked in and saw me wrapped in golden silk bedding, white hair fanned across the pillow, looking like a painting come to life. "Yen Yen is so beautiful. You're pretty handsome yourself." Getting more handsome every day, actually. It was true, his features were becoming more refined, more dangerously alluring. Whatever creature he really was, it was leaking through the disguise, making it prettier, more seductive. I extended one pale arm from under the covers and curled my finger in a "come here" gesture. Remember the 36 positions I taught you? His Adam's apple bobbed. I don't quite remember. That's fine. We have all night for a refresher course. I gave him my most devastating smile. The one that could melt steel and shatter kingdoms. What followed was, let me put it this way. Dad told Xiao Luo to pack up early and go to bed. Xiao Luo went to bed with bright red ears. And when he woke up the next morning, the sounds still hadn't stopped. Zulu was vigorous. Zulu was a natural disaster. If the real Zulu was a Category 3 hurricane, this imposter was a Category 30. I needed multiple recovery pills just to stay conscious. My body was rebuilt from scratch by magic pills 3 separate times during the night. My spirit was willing, but my flesh was literally disintegrating. Please, I finally surrendered. I have to go to the Beast God Temple today. Let me rest. We can continue tonight. He finally released me and whispered in my ear with that impossibly deep, seductive voice. You're the first female who could handle me. I'm very happy. Then he bit down on my chest, right above my heart, below the collarbone. Hard. His fangs sank in, and I blacked out from the pain. When the darkness cleared, I saw what he'd left. 2 perfect fang marks, dripping blood. A brand. A claim. My mark. You're mine now. I came to shortly after. First order of business. Pregnancy pill. Golden marrow pill. Recovery pill. Body restored. But mentally, I was running on fumes. His stamina was genuinely infinite. Without the recovery pill, a normal female would have died. Actually died. This wasn't romance. It was a survival event. The system wasn't kidding about high-talent males. Strong doesn't just mean fighting ability. It means strong in every department. All departments. Including the one that matters here. At breakfast, he was slicing fish with a satisfied glow, looking refreshed as a spring morning. Meanwhile, I could barely sit upright. Morning. I made white fish, sweet flavor, 0 fishiness. 3 parts attentive, 0 parts exhausted. Of course, he wasn't tired. He probably could have gone another 12 hours. I slumped on the stone bench, chin propped on one hand, looking like a beautiful wreck. Thanks. His eyes went dark with hunger again. Want anything besides fish? Before I could answer, Xiao Luo walked in with berries from Ashley and looked at me like I was a ghost. I thought you'd be unconscious all day. I have work to do. Then the golden marrow pill hit. The insatiable hunger slammed into me like a freight train. I grabbed the berries, already shoving them in my mouth. Where's the 7-star red fruit? I asked Zulu frantically. Threw it away. You wasteful. I nearly fainted from rage and hunger simultaneously. That fruit was the only thing that stopped the golden marrow pill's binge-eating side effect. I need spiritual herbs now. Go find some. And Xiao Luo, every piece of tender meat in this house, bring it to me. Xiao Luo's eyes went wide. You're pregnant again, I nodded grimly. Zulu stared at my flat belly. Already? You're sure? This happened last time too. You were there, remember? I narrowed my eyes. Testing him. The real Zulu was there. This faker wasn't. A split-second pause. Then, right. I'll go. 1 hour max. He walked out the front gate and vanished from my system map instantly. Not ran really fast. Vanished. Teleportation. The same technique that costs me 50 points per use. He did it as casually as breathing. Whatever this thing was, it was leagues above Zulu. Above Lin Lang. Above anyone in the Western Territories. I'd just spent the night with something that could teleport, had infinite stamina, possessed fangs, flashed red eyes, and radiated an aura that could freeze a person's soul. And now it had marked me with a bite, claimed me, branded me like property. The babies from this encounter would reveal everything. Their talent, their beast form, their father's true identity. The system would report it all. I was playing the most dangerous game of my life. Using my own body as a trap. My children as evidence. And somewhere out there, the real Zulu was still missing. Still unknown. Still maybe alive. I shoved another fistful of berries in my mouth and waited for the monster, wearing my husband's face, to come back with my spiritual herbs. Motherhood. Weaponized. Xiao Luo placed a whole basin of raw meat in front of me. Eat up, sis. I stared at it. Old me would have projectile vomited. Current me wanted to unhinge my jaw like a snake and swallow the entire thing whole. Pregnancy hunger is a different species of starvation.
You're so weird, sis.
Skinny as a stick, tiny beast form, but you get pregnant like it's breathing. I really should be fatter. Skinny moms have no reserves. The baby takes everything. That's why I eat so much. More eating means more babies, right? Please no. 1 or 2 is fine. Quality over quantity. I'd already confirmed with Xiao Mei that in any single litter, only one baby gets the premium talent boost from the golden marrow pill. The rest are regular. So cranking out dozens of mediocre babies was pointless when one god-tier baby earned more points than 50 average ones. I started eating. And by eating, I mean I was practically inhaling raw meat. Chewing felt like a waste of time. 2 bites? Too slow. Just swallow. Xiao Luo watched in traumatized silence. Where is it all going? Your stomach isn't even growing. Can't slow down. Chomp, chomp, chomp. I checked my stats while shoveling meat into my face. Total points, 1,887. Remaining lifespan, 433 days. Goal to return to Earth, 100 million points. Even if every baby was heaven rank at 100,000 points each, that's still 1,000 babies. And if they're mystic rank at 1,000 each, 10,000 babies. I'd need my own zip code. Xiao Mei, are there talent levels above heaven rank? Yes. The hierarchy goes red, green, blue, yellow, mystic, earth, heaven. These are mortal beast levels. Above them are spirit beasts and divine beasts. The host's current childbirth system operates at mortal beast tier. Only mortal level offspring can be produced. Spirit beasts? Divine beasts? Those sound like they'd be worth millions of points each. How do I upgrade the system? Instead of answering, Xiao Mei showed me the system's backend dashboard. A progress bar, evolution, 13%, mortal beast tier, crystal clear. The system levels up. The more I produce, the higher it evolves. Eventually, I could unlock spirit beast tier, then divine beast tier. Higher tier babies equals astronomical points equals faster path home. I was literally grinding XP. This was an RPG, and my uterus was the main weapon. So, I really am just doing quests. Birth babies. Level up the system. Warning. Host must eat immediately. Fetal talent evolution requires sustained energy input. I'm eating as fast as She kicked me out of the system. Again. Mid-sentence. Again. Xiao Luo appeared with a bucket of fresh cow's milk. I licked my lips like a cartoon wolf.
Bro, straw.
Now, I'd found these perfect hollow plant stems in the forest that worked as reusable straws. Eco-friendly beast world innovation. I demolished every piece of tender meat in the house, drained the entire milk bucket, and was still hungry. Last time, I at least got breaks between hunger waves. This time, 0 breaks. Constant, gnawing, bottomless starvation. I was considering dipping into my system reward supplies. Instant noodles were calling my name when Zulu materialized at the door. 5 whole 7-star red fruit plants in one hand. A massive fat deer slung over his shoulder with the other. Got these for you. Also hired bounty hunters to find more. 5 plants. In under an hour. With teleportation. From a forest where each plant is guarded by a high-level monster. He just casually collected 5 of them like picking flowers in a garden. I didn't ask questions. I ate. Berries, leaves, stems, roots, seeds, the entire plant, times 5. Didn't leave a molecule behind.
Burp.
Better? He asked, hovering. Much better. Sweet relief. The black hole in my stomach finally closed. Last time she ate 1 plant, and the binge stopped, Xiao Luo recalled. We should keep a stockpile. Can these be grown? They can, but the growth cycle is too long. Not worth it, Zulu replied. He touched my forehead, checked my ears, my face.
No fever. No abnormalities.
Tell me whatever you want to eat. I looked up at him way up. Was he taller than before? The real Zulu was already tall, but this version seemed to have grown an extra inch or two. The disguise was stretching. I'm fine now. I need to go help Ashley at the Beast God Temple. I ate all the berries she sent me, so I can't bail on her. I'll come with you. At the temple, I changed into plain rough hemp clothes to avoid attention. He frowned. Those are uncomfortable. Wear the other dress. I lifted the hem to show the silk undergarments beneath. I'm wearing the good stuff underneath. The outside is just camouflage. After last night's marathon, his behavior toward me had completely shifted. Before, I had freedom.
Now?
He was a shadow, watching my every move, monitoring my stomach. If I reached for something slightly heavy, he'd intercept it. If I walked too fast, he'd slow me down. I'm fine, I said for the 900th time. He didn't care. He hovered. And everyone noticed. Females kept finding excuses to come near my workstation. Oh, can you read this character for me? Just to get closer to him. They were blushing,
Stammering.
tripping over their own feet. His beauty was disrupting the entire feast preparation operation.
Sir.
They're building the stage over there. Perhaps you could go. Supervise, he smirked. Earth talent builders don't need supervision. Construction is instinct for them. The builders overheard and, fueled by the compliment, worked 3 times faster. The stage was done in minutes. Flawless. Could you maybe just stand somewhere else? You're causing a productivity crisis. How about I do your paperwork and you go eat? You shouldn't be hungry. He'd heard from Xiao Luo about my food rampage. Which fair. I had eaten the entire household's meat supply in one sitting. You can do inventory tables. I watched you. I learned he had a genius-level IQ inside whatever monster body he was hiding. Of course, he learned it in one sitting.
Fine.
You work. I'll go find Ashley for berries. Watch your step. Don't trip. I'm not a toddler who just learned to walk. I waddled off to find food, leaving an imposter doing administrative work at the Beast God Temple, surrounded by swooning females, while my system silently ground toward its next evolution milestone. Life status. Pregnant again, starving always, married to a mystery creature, running a points-based reproductive empire, and somehow becoming the most influential woman in 2 tribes by accident. The grind continues. In the wine cellar behind the Beast God Temple, Jialon was bottling fruit wine into gourds and bamboo tubes. She looked worse every time I saw her, thinner, paler, more hollowed out. The female cave was eating her alive. Ashley tried to help. Jialon, the cub garden needs workers. I can transfer you there. No, Jialon kept bottling without looking up. I want to get pregnant. Nobody will marry me, so the cave is my only chance. Suyan's mother was a lower-class cave female too, and she got pregnant. If she could, I can. Every body is different. We're all rat tribe. Suyan didn't even register on the fertility stone, and she popped out 2 girls and a boy. If that's not proof anyone can do it, what is? That's her luck. You can't measure yourself by someone else's miracle. I want to get pregnant. I want babies. But no male will have me, lower-class fertility. Ugly face. The cave is the only place where I can even try. Her voice was flat.
Defeated.
Factual. I knocked on the cave door. Hey, beautiful ladies. What are we chatting about? Ashley lit up. Jialon flinched, then gave me a half-hearted wave. I'm here to mooch some of those berries you sent me this morning. Zulu's covering my workstation, so I'm officially on break. The moment I said, Zulu, Jialon's eyes went dark. She'd seen him on the way here, impossibly handsome, radiating power like a god made flesh. For someone living in the gutter, that brief glimpse of warmth was probably the cruelest thing she'd experienced all day. Ashley and I chatted about berry locations. I wanted Zulu to go pick more since my appetite was a runaway train again. Ashley laughed. You're sending our tribe's greatest hero to pick berries. He's got hands, doesn't he? If the hands work, the hands pick fruit. Only you would boss him around like that. Perks of being the wife master. I noticed Jialon hadn't said a word. Jialon, you okay? You look really worn out. Ashley sighed. I brought her here to rest. She's been overworked at the cave. Then Jialon exploded. Rest? You two sit there with your fathers, brothers, grandmothers looking after you. Super fertility. Beautiful faces. I'm the breadwinner for my family. Lowest fertility. Ugly. The only place that'll have me is the place you all look down on. She kept her head bowed, voice shaking. Then she laughed. Wild. Unhinged. You know who everyone in the tribe is most jealous of?
You, Su Yan.
You've got Zulu. You've got that face. You can have babies like it's nothing. Even Ashley should be jealous, because in Lin Lang's heart, you're irreplaceable. Someone says one bad word about you, and he's ready to fight. The temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. Ashley's face went cold.
Jalan.
Are you drunk? She pulled me toward the exit. Don't listen to her. She's had too much wine. Let's get your berries. I looked back at Jalan. She'd curled into a ball on the floor, trembling, surrounded by the stink of cheap fruit wine and despair. I'm fine, I told Ashley. She needs you more than I do. Go take care of her. Zulu appeared at that exact moment because his timing was either perfect or suspicious. I finished the paperwork. Let's go home. Ashley thanked us profusely, and as we left, I heard her go back to the wine cellar. What I didn't hear, what my system map picked up later, was what happened after. Ashley stood over the curled-up Jalan and said something that surprised me with its brutal honesty. You're right. I was jealous of her once. But I got over it because I realized she's more valuable to me as a friend than Lin Lang ever was. Being her ally brings more benefits than being her enemy ever could. We're not children anymore. You say you're the pillar of your family? Then stop drowning in jealousy and start making decisions that actually help you survive. She left. Jalan slowly raised her head. Her eyes were nothing but hatred and resentment. She grabbed a gourd of wine and chugged. All of you, up on your pedestals, so clean, so precious. Everyone fawning over you. You have no idea what it's like down in the filth. I hate you. That girl was a lit fuse. And nobody was watching the countdown. Meanwhile, Zulu had scooped me up like a princess and was carrying me through the village in broad daylight. In front of everyone.
Put me down.
People are staring. He did not put me down. He actually leaned down and kissed me. Full on the mouth. In public. In front of the entire tribe. Just took what he wanted. Zero hesitation. Zero shame. My brain melted. My face turned the color of a tomato. My body went completely limp. Whatever dark creature was hiding behind that face, it kissed like it was trying to steal my soul, and nearly succeeded. By the time he pulled back, I was so dazed I forgot to be angry. Ashley watched us disappear down the road and stood there for a very long time before turning back inside. When we were finally out of sight of the temple, I managed to collect enough brain cells to form a threat. If you don't put me down right now, I will starve your baby. He set me down instantly. What do you want to eat? Those berries. The sweet sour ones. And roasted meat. Crispy, dripping, golden roasted meat. He smiled. That devastating, world-ending, soul-stealing smile. I'll make it for you. I blinked. You can cook. He pinched my cheek, soft and squishy like a water balloon, and his smile deepened. For you and the baby, I can do anything. My mother once told me, the smoother a man talks, the less you should trust him. Mama was right. Mama was always right. And I was walking home hand in hand with the smoothest talker in Beast World, carrying his baby, wearing his bite mark, and still no closer to figuring out what species of gorgeous monster he actually was. But those babies would tell me everything. Just a few more weeks. The truth was growing inside me.
Literally.
In the wine cellar behind the beast god temple, Jalan was bottling fruit wine into gourds and bamboo tubes. She looked worse every time I saw her, thinner, paler, more hollowed out. The female cave was eating her alive. Ashley tried to help. Jalan, the cub garden needs workers. I can transfer you there. No, Jalan kept bottling without looking up. I want to get pregnant. Nobody will marry me, so the cave is my only chance. Suyan's mother was a lower-class cave female too, and she got pregnant. If she could, I can. Every body is different. We're all rat tribe. Suyan didn't even register on the fertility stone, and she popped out 2 girls and a boy. If that's not proof anyone can do it, what is? That's our luck. You can't measure yourself by someone else's miracle. I want to get pregnant. I want babies. But no male will have me. Lower class fertility. Ugly face. The cave is the only place where I can even try. Her voice was flat.
Defeated.
Factual. I knocked on the cave door. Hey, beautiful ladies. What are we chatting about? Ashley lit up. Jalan flinched, then gave me a half-hearted wave. I'm here to mooch some of those berries you sent me this morning. Zulu's covering my workstation, so I'm officially on break. The moment I said, Zulu, Jalan's eyes went dark. She'd seen him on the way here, impossibly handsome, radiating power like a god made flesh. For someone living in the gutter, that brief glimpse of warmth was probably the cruelest thing she'd experienced all day. Ashley and I chatted about berry locations. I wanted Zulu to go pick more since my appetite was a runaway train again. Ashley laughed. You're sending our tribe's greatest hero to pick berries. He's got hands, doesn't he? If the hands work, the hands pick fruit. Only you would boss him around like that. Perks of being the wife master. I noticed Jalan hadn't said a word. Jalan, you okay?
You look really worn out. Ashley sighed.
I brought her here to rest. She's been overworked at the cave. Then Jalan exploded. Rest? You two sit there with your fathers, brothers, grandmothers looking after you. Super fertility. Beautiful faces. I'm the breadwinner for my family. Lowest fertility.
Ugly.
The only place that'll have me is the place you all look down on. She kept her head bowed, voice shaking. Then she laughed.
Wild.
Unhinged. You know who everyone in the tribe is most jealous of?
You, Su Yen.
You've got Zulu. You've got that face. You can have babies like it's nothing. Even Ashley should be jealous, because in Lin Lang's heart, you're irreplaceable. Someone says one bad word about you, and he's ready to fight. The temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. Ashley's face went cold. Jalan, are you drunk? She pulled me toward the exit. Don't listen to her. She's had too much wine. Let's get her berries. I looked back at Jalan. She'd curled into a ball on the floor, trembling, surrounded by the stink of cheap fruit wine and despair. I'm fine, I told Ashley. She needs you more than I do. Go take care of her. Zulu appeared at that exact moment because his timing was either perfect or suspicious. I finished the paperwork. Let's go home. Ashley thanked us profusely, and as we left, I heard her go back to the wine cellar. What I didn't hear, what my system map picked up later, was what happened after. Ashley stood over the curled-up Jalan and said something that surprised me with its brutal honesty. You're right. I was jealous of her once. But I got over it, because I realized she's more valuable to me as a friend than Lin Lang ever was. Being her ally brings more benefits than being her enemy ever could. We're not children anymore. You say you're the pillar of your family? Then stop drowning in jealousy and start making decisions that actually help you survive. She left. Jalan slowly raised her head. Her eyes were nothing but hatred and resentment. She grabbed a gourd of wine and chugged. All of you, up on your pedestals, so clean, so precious. Everyone fawning over you. You have no idea what it's like down in the filth. I hate you. That girl was a lit fuse. And nobody was watching the countdown. Meanwhile, Zulu had scooped me up like a princess and was carrying me through the village in broad daylight. In front of everyone. Put me down. People are staring. He did not put me down. He actually leaned down and kissed me. Full on the mouth. In public. In front of the entire tribe. Just took what he wanted. Zero hesitation. Zero shame. My brain melted. My face turned the color of a tomato. My body went completely limp. Whatever dark creature was hiding behind that face, it kissed like it was trying to steal my soul, and nearly succeeded. By the time he pulled back, I was so dazed I forgot to be angry. Ashley watched us disappear down the road and stood there for a very long time before turning back inside. When we were finally out of sight of the temple, I managed to collect enough brain cells to form a threat. If you don't put me down right now, I will starve your baby. He set me down instantly. What do you want to eat? Those berries. The sweet sour ones. And roasted meat. Crispy, dripping, golden roasted meat, he smiled. That devastating, world-ending, soul-stealing smile. I'll make it for you. I blinked. You can cook. He pinched my cheek, soft and squishy like a water balloon, and his smile deepened. For you and the baby, I can do anything. My mother once told me, the smoother a man talks, the less you should trust him. Mama was right. Mama was always right. And I was walking home hand in hand with the smoothest talker in Beast World, carrying his baby, wearing his bite mark, and still no closer to figuring out what species of gorgeous monster he actually was. But those babies would tell me everything.
Just a few more weeks.
The truth was growing inside me. Literally.